now. All right. Everybody, we are live. We are live. We are live, live, live. We don't have any viewers quite yet, so hold on. Let them get their stuff together.
It's 8 waiting.
How you know? I don't see that.
But it said that. It said
Because I'm looking on, I'm double screening, so I'm looking on this side. And looking over here.
I just came on.
Okay, I see 5. I see 5.
Oh, face you, the one that first say hey.
Hey, girl.
No.
How you doing? You downstairs.
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Hi.
Almost live. It's 28 watching. All right. So, y'all, I hope y'all are looking forward to tonight's conversation. There go Jasmine, y'all, in the comments. Y'all see her? She said,
Hey, Jazz.
Yes.
You're missed. You need to go downstairs to your mama. Oh, I forgot. Never mind.
Oh,
Really, Craig? Really? Craig.
I forgot again.
Jasmine, she need to go upstairs.
Craig.
Thank you. I am Justina.
Baby said, do she need her husband?
Y'all see comments? I don't see no comment.
Because you got to go to her YouTube live.
Go on your phone to YouTube live. You'll see the comments on the YouTube live. Jones, just so you know that too. Because y'all men folk new to this, okay? Y'all new to this. All right.
Okay.
All right, so hello everybody. Just want y'all to know that tonight we got 2 male co-hosts. I finally got Mr. Long to jump on and like y'all can see him, okay? And he called one of his good friends, Jones. So let me just put this disclaimer out there. These men is married, okay? They married. They is off the market, but they gonna be sharing some intel with us, so that we be having questions, but we be needing some answers too, and not just what we think, but how they think. Okay. So first up, James, wave your hand, honey. Let them know where you at. Is he froze?
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on. Beauty, wave your hand. Y'all know she.
Hello.
What you sipping on?
Oh, I'm sipping on a little pink Moscato with a splash of cranberry juice.
Oh, a splash. Okay, you choose a splash.
Splash. Don't judge my life. I'm a splash.
Okay. Lemon on the side. Lemon on the side.
No.
All right, everybody say hey to Tiff.
Tiff, what up?
Oh, okay.
What you sipping on, Tiff?
Pink Moscato.
Oh, you sipping on pink Moscato too. You got a splash of cranberry juice too?
No.
Oh, you a hater.
Okay, let's take it back to Mr. James. You want to wave husband and tell them so they know where you at? What you sipping on?
H2O.
I had a feeling you would say that.
Child, we got a lot of that in our house. Okay, a lot of H2O. Okay, Ashley, want to say what's up?
Hey, y'all.
What you sipping on, sis?
Apple juice.
The baby said it for. Oh, Lord.
Apple juice. Okay. Jones, gonna wait it for him. All right. What you sipping on, bruh?
Some vegan water.
I can't.
Vegan.
They have some.
Really? Is that really a
thing?
thing?
They have vegan water.
I
It is
didn't know
tonight.
that. I didn't.
Tonight.
Oh God!
Listen, he's gonna promote that.
Promote that, okay? Yeah, and Tameka, gonna wave your hand, girl.
Hey
you sipping
y'all.
on?
I'm sipping on Apothic. Oh, for those who may want,
Apothic Red.
yeah, crush today.
Oh, I like that one. I like that one. That's a good one. That's a real good one.
The crush today.
Your girl is sipping on Juicy Hill Cabernet. Okay, it's a red wine. It's dry, but it goes. You only need one glass because it's got like 12.5%. You know, I don't mess with percent. So now that we have did a roll call so everybody know who everybody is, Demetrius, why don't you go on and share what we're gonna be talking about tonight?
Okay, so the first topic we're gonna go into is, can a man without money make a woman happy in a relationship?
Who gonna go first? Can I go first?
Yes, you can go
So that
first.
way, I could put the phone on mute when I'm done, because Kansas is right up under me trying to talk to y'all.
Okay, so go first, girl.
I feel like, I don't feel like in today's world that, a man without money can make a woman happy in a relationship, because a man is supposed to be recognized as a man, and a man is supposed to be able to provide for his woman, get her nice things, do nice things for her, provide for their family. I mean, y'all can't sit around and act like a man cannot have nothing and you just gonna be happy with that. I mean, you desire nice things, you want nice things, and you may see other people with nice things. I'm not saying you have to be materialistic, but come on, let's just be realistic. How can a man without money make you happy? Provide.
I disagree.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You disagree?
So now I'm gonna put the phone on mute.
Okay.
Why do you disagree, James?
Here's why I disagree. Okay, when we say a man, are we talking a full-blown 30, 40-year-old man? Or are we talking a 20, 21-year-old man? There's so many variables with this. So if you can't, let me see, for example, perfect example. When I met Steph, right? I was, Steph, 17? 17 years old.
18. I was
18. So 18 is considered a man, right? Yes, no, would you agree?
By the law.
No.
By the law.
By law.
By law, if I commit a crime, I'm going to jail, right? But I can't drink until what? Until I'm 21, right? So let's say I'm 21 and I'm still trying to figure this thing out, and we trying to grow together. I need to have money in order to be able to take care of you? Or can we just can you kind of wait on it until I kind of get there, until I get there to where I can be a provider for you? I'm 21 years old. I ain't got no bills yet. You know what I'm saying?
Why be in a relationship if you can't take care of somebody else?
I can take care of her to a point where I can take her to the movies, maybe Red Lobster. You know what I'm saying?
That's not taken care of.
No.
What do you mean?
To some extent, it is. I think it depends
on
his finances. So if he's a young man and he's able to take me out to, we're young, to the Red Lobster, to the movies, I do think that's kind of a little bit of taken care of. You know what I mean? Think about when you're young. Everybody loves the man is like, I'm going to get my hair done, my nails done. Put some money in your pocket, get you some sneakers. You love that. So that's kind of still taken care of.
Well, let's be specific about age then.
Right.
Okay. Exactly. Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, it was kind of vague.
Sorry, that's a hell no.
It was kind of vague. So I agree with James. If they're young, I mean, because for instance, back in the day, I had friends or people, won't say no names, that would say, "Oh, you don't want to get with a drug dealer, he can take care of you." And I'm like, "No, I'm good with my boo that I got." You know what I'm saying? We can work and build together. But that's just the type of woman I am. Everybody ain't like that. Some people looking for somebody to take care of them at a young age. I'm not me. I was so hell bent on, I don't want to get with nobody who trying to do too much in the streets or anybody older at that time, because I felt like it was a control thing. You were going to try to manipulate me. So me not wanting to be controlled and manipulated, I was like, no, I'm good with who I was with at the time, which y'all all know, and we can build and grow together. Now at this age, when bills are due,
Mm-hmm.
it depends on the situation. I would say it depends on the situation. No, I mean, I feel like we're in a climate where we're so, women are so independent, and they feel like they don't need a man and they can take care of themselves. So they get to a point
And
where
that,
they feel like, oh well, if he do, he do. If he don't, he don't. And it's okay to be that way sometimes, but then you get to a point where, okay, if you are in a relationship and you feel like that person isn't providing, dick come a dime a dozen. You can get dick anywhere. So, and if you can't get that shit, they got toys for that. So when I say that, it can become a problem if you start getting overwhelmed with everything you got going on, but then you got this person living in the house with you or doing whatever they're doing with you, and you feel like, well, damn, if I'm busting my ass, what the fuck you doing? Like, I could do bad by myself. So I feel where you're coming from, James. From that perspective, if you're in a younger situation, yes, going to the movies, get me dinner, give me a little something, little change to go get my nails done, hair done. Okay, that's cute. But when we grown, fully grown, I'm gonna need you to have a little bit of coins to make
Okay, so
sure
now at that
we
age,
together.
I
Yes,
agree because
yes, yes.
y'all remember I was with somebody. We ain't gonna say no names when I was living in Atlanta, and I
Mm-hmm.
followed this boy to Atlanta because I really, really felt
Thought
like
you
I
love.
loved him, and I thought I was
right.
in love, and he didn't have it all. We was sleeping at people's house, and we was walking places. We was catching buses long distance, and I loved him. And I mean, it wasn't about the money, but as I got older and realized that I
Yes.
got to provide for my daughter and stuff like that, I was like, I can't be settling. I can't be settling. I'm not gonna settle for somebody who can't contribute or make things happen. I mean, yeah, I can do it myself, but why have this weight on the side of me and they not doing nothing?
Period.
Okay, so
Period.
the question on the table is, can a man without money make a woman happy in a relationship, right?
Hmm.
Don't.
So initially, when you meet a man, right, he's not your man. So
All
there
right.
is, you got to go through this phase. So a lot of us, we want to meet somebody, and as soon as he say he don't have no job, he living with somebody else. That's the whole turn off. I'm sorry.
Hello, 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 and goodbye.
Conversation. You know, like after that, that's completely done. So there's no way in the world someone over 30 years old, if anything, and we're talking about, now I met him and I know he don't have a job. I know he living with somebody else, and then I'm going to build with him. No, 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 no. I don't think it works that way. I think it's where you with someone and maybe they lost their job or something like that. And or they decide to be an entrepreneur and then things didn't work out. Where you stayed with that man and knew that, okay, he has potential. You're going to work and you're going to build and you kind of move on. That's totally different. But initially, think about it. Come on. You want to meet somebody, y'all talking, like, okay, so what you do? Oh, I don't do nothing. I don't think it's, to me, there's no conversation. There's no more conversation. I'm sorry. And it's not even a point of thinking like, okay, what can you do for me? But I think like, as you know, if you talk about a man who wants to, in a relationship, if anything, a man wants to provide for their family. So if you're telling me you're single and you don't have nothing to show or bring to the table, how can I even like build and talk about like relationships and stuff like that? Like the conversation can't go that far.
Yes, like MJ Harris say, fuck your potential. If you had the potential to be anything other than what you are, you would have been that before I got with your ass.
Yeah, you would
Period.
have already, right?
I think
You wanted to
Jones
say
wanted to say
something?
something.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh,
Go ahead,
sorry.
brother. Go ahead.
I think that based on the premise of the question, can a man make a woman happy? I really believe that as individuals, like our happiness lies within ourselves, and then with the happiness lying within ourselves, it's a certain list of priorities and expectations that we should have for other people that we have for ourselves.
Mhm.
So if a man or female dives into a situation at first and they don't have a certain level of principles and things that they stand on, and they fall for some bullshit that the other person throw at them, like the potential or what they could be, then you set yourself up for failure off the rip
Mhm.
by not living up to the things that you have as far as standards for yourself.
I
So
agree.
I mean, at this point in my adulthood and shit that I've been through with females and some things that I go through in my marriage, it's about expectations. Like, am I really expecting this person to live up to some shit that I'm not doing
Myself. Mhm.
with or without money? Because there's been times in the past where I didn't have as much, and money just give us access to stuff. That don't necessarily mean that we can be happy, because we all saw on a certain colored table a couple months ago,
Red
millions of
gone
dollars,
I agree. I
millions of
agree.
dollars does not equate to happiness if
Yeah.
It doesn't.
if your relationship ain't solid.
Mhm.
Exactly. I agree. I agree. I agree with him. Like, money can't make you happy. I mean, like he said, it gives you access to things that you may feel like you want, but even people who have a lot of things aren't necessarily happy. That's why a lot of them are committing suicide. Like,
and on drugs.
they're alone. They, because at the end of the day, the money helps them to build a facade around themselves. And then when they're back home, when nobody's around and they're all alone in their thoughts, dealing with what demons they got on their own, they can't deal. And ultimately, it creates, or it ends in their own self-inflicted demise. Like, so I mean, it's a possibility. Like, it, I mean, I guess it really depends on the person.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm gonna say the
So
person.
yeah, some people may feel like, okay, even if we ain't got nothing, I'm a ride or die for you, and we just gonna be happy in love. And maybe that works for them. And then there's people who just feel like, bitch, I ain't doing that. Like, hello and goodbye. I need some
Okay,
coins. And
okay, okay. So for me with James, like he said, when we got together, we was 17, 18 years old. We got married at 19 and 20. And he's absolutely right. We started with nothing. Okay. When we got married and we moved to Hawaii and stuff like that, like literally when we got an apartment, that bitch was empty. Do you hear me? It was empty. All right. He bought us a bed. He made sure we had what we needed when me and Jasmine got there and so forth. But I can honestly say I happened to God led the right man to me for me to grow with him, because he's right. We had nothing in the beginning, and now look at what we have now. 26 years later, we still together. We still in love. We have our times too. Yet I can say we have more good times than bad times. So, like she said, back to the question: can a woman love a man that don't have money?
Can
True.
can you make you happy? Were you
can
happy?
Yes,
get a
it will
Were
make
you
relationship?
you
happy in the
happy.
beginning? You was
Yes,
happy in the beginning, right?
I was
Okay.
happy.
So Queen Key
So
said,
yes, y'all talking
You
about
Queen Key said, we all know what we want for ourselves. What looked like settling to one might be happiness to the next. Everyone has their own definition of a lot of things, and it just depends on the individual's perspective.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Agree. Agree.
Yes. It's
But somebody else said it also reminds them of that movie Acrimony, when
Yes,
Taraji was helping
yes,
that man. He didn't have
yes.
nothing. She was helping him, and then once he finally got where he wanted to be, he go leave her to be with somebody else. Excuse you, hello.
No, no, no,
No,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no.
no.
He didn't leave
That's
her.
not
He
how it
didn't leave
went.
her. She
There
broke
you
up
go.
with
Tell us,
him
bro.
because
Absolutely.
she was listening to her family, her
yeah.
sisters. It was in her ear. She was listening to them, and she left him. Okay,
Yeah.
but then when he got what he had been working for, he didn't
Yeah.
forget her. Okay,
Yeah.
he came
Yes.
back and gave her more money than what she done spent and invested in him. So
$10 million.
no,
And he bought her
yes,
mom's house back.
yes. Now, what was fucked up about that whole situation? Everything, all his dreams and plans with Taraji, he actually ended up doing it with the other chick. Now, would I have been mad? Hell yeah.
Yeah, because he named the boat after her.
But think about how normally that happens, though. I mean, not that movie situation, but as far as a woman being with a man and, you know, helping him build his empire, put like that, or his business, whatever you want to call it. And then they get to a certain status, then they leave. Then what? Oh, I was with him. I'm building with him. I love him. He made me happy. And then he kind of just
okay. So that kind of takes us back to the whole Tracy Morgan situation. They said, okay, she knew she was marrying an ugly ass man. Okay, she knew that. All right, and then on top of that, she was with him for 5 years. Now, was she with him for status, or was she really with him for love? Because now she wants half of everything. Okay, and I don't think she deserved half, in my opinion.
She want to divorce him because he's ugly.
Nah.
No.
They don't know. We don't know why she wants a divorce, but she just wants a divorce.
She wants a divorce now, but she knew he was ugly.
Can't get it up.
But hold on, I like what
we don't know though. It's stuff that we don't know.
Right.
You know what's going on.
But I like what you said, Tameka, where you build them up, you young, y'all build each other up, and then he moves on. Why is that? You know what I'm saying? Something happened to where he's saying, you know what, you're no longer a part of my dream and where I want to go in the future.
But why does it have to be the woman?
Okay, it could be the man. It could be either or.
It is the man that leaves though. It's a lot of times that does happen. I have no idea.
No, he's asking you why. So I'm like, why does it? He's saying something happened, as if the woman must have done something for him to leave. No, it could be just him in his mind, where she built him up. She did, like, she spent all her hard years of tears and trying to build him and promote him and support him, and then to come around when you get where you're trying to go. Now I'm not good enough for you.
Yeah.
No, something happened that led to that point. Go ahead.
I think what happens in relationships, and sometimes I gotta pull my own coattail or my wife's own coattail, is that we fail to love the version of the person that they are at the moment. So we all go through shit. Like we could have we could be going through depression, and we visiting that depression on our significant other or spouse. And they like, well, you know what, motherfucker, you bugging right now. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know when you're going to finish going through that shit, but I'm out. And you got to love that person for that version. If it's not toxic, it's temporary. Nothing lasts forever. So I think in relationships like that, when people, get money, they come into money or a new job or opportunity to change scenery and they bounce, like, you better not be that motherfucking full of yourself where you don't understand that you need to be patient with this person, because there's been times when you've been fucked up too and they stuck with your thinking ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That 80-20 on married. Why I got married or something like that? What's the name of the movie?
Why did I get married?
Why did I get married? Yeah.
Interesting.
Now, if he a crackhead for 10 years, listen.
You said he a crackhead?
If he's a crackhead for 10 years, he's probably on the way to be a career crackhead with a crackhead pension. Don't stick around. But if it's something that he could get through, just work with him or her.
I like this question that came up, Demetrius.
What?
Or the statement.
Yes.
Does she refuse to be waiting to exhale, invest in 11 years, and you go on to another woman?
But it's like, how do you would never know. You know.
And that's the thing.
So all the things that you feel like you make your man just like the king of the castle. And then next thing you know, he cheat or he leave or he have a kid, or how many times we hear these situations all day?
Yeah, that was the lady a couple of weeks ago who ran over the dude because she was mad because he left her.
Hell yeah. Yes. She ran over him. Okay.
Oh, it happens every day.
With a car?
Yes,
something.
Yes,
with a
with a
car.
She backed up
No,
and
with a
she hit him and then backed up and hit him again.
Damn.
And then took the bumper and threw it on him.
Well, she can
Okay,
drive. That's
so
for sure. She
Did
can
it
so
drive.
fall
okay,
off?
what about
She can drive.
ev-
Yeah.
everybody? Stop.
Huh?
Can you hear me? I said
Yes.
everybody has the potential of making money. Since it seems like it's a money
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
I said everybody has the potential of making money, but how long are you gonna sit around and be with somebody who just sitting on their behind, ain't contributing or doing nothing? Like, how long you supposed to be with that person?
I think until you feel like it's time that you can't do it no more.
I
Okay.
think everybody's
Yeah.
situation is different, and everybody has to make up in their mind when enough is enough.
Yeah.
We can't put a set time limit on when a person should leave somebody, because you never know what obstacles they've had to face that led them to that point.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's up to you, and whether it's a female or male, it's up to y'all to decide when enough is enough.
Yeah.
Like, if you feel like, okay, I'm just done and over with it, then be done and over with it. Like, don't allow but you have to do it not allowing any outside factors or any outside opinions to come in to promote or make your decision for you. You have to make that decision within yourself to know, okay, well, after self-analyzation, I just feel like, okay, this ain't gonna work for me.
Mm.
If you ending up
Oh,
more
that's
stressed than the other person because you trying to figure out shit, then I mean, at that point you've grown apart,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll end up growing
actually,
apart because of it.
I
Say that again.
say it's easier said. It's easier said than done, because once you catch feelings for somebody, it's very, very hard to get out of that relationship. So a lot of times we say, you know what?
Yeah.
I've been waiting for you to get it together for 5, 10, 15 years. It's time for me to move on. But sometimes that person will move on before you even think he's ready. Or, for example, you waiting on him, and he might just go ahead and say, you know what, I'm done with you. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So you have to you you
Move right
gotta
on
you gotta communicate with us. Say again?
Oh,
I think
what
she
about
say move right on out. See, that's
what?
why we don't give a key out. See, no keys.
What about have
Yeah.
somebody here saying
What?
that they're ready to give you a new address, but it seems like you want to settle? I mean, I'm just saying.
What?
Say that again.
Say that again.
I said, suppose you have somebody. I'm just being sarcastic. Suppose you have somebody. You met somebody like Donald Trump, and he's sitting in your ear telling you, "I'll give you a whole new address." You know what I'm saying? I'll
If
help
it's
you.
Donald
I help
Trump, we'll
elevate
pass.
you in life, but I mean,
You want
said what?
you want to upgrade you. You want to change your zip code.
I say
Okay,
if it's
and I'm
Donald Trump, we'll pass.
Yeah, I'll pass. I'll pass.
so you sitting in your space where you at, settling and stressed out about everything because your partner not really doing much. You just still sitting there like what do you do? Like I'm
So
just
you
saying.
saying a new man come into your life, you with the guy, he's not doing anything for you. The new man saying, you know what, I can take care of you better than he can. Why don't you come move on with me? Something like that. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that sounds like what she's saying. That sounds like a backup nigga.
But that's what I was talking about the other day. So I'm just let's be real. Let's be real. Let's not be like sugarcoating the situation. I'm just
I
saying.
mean, but like I said, at that point, you have to figure out if it's time for you to move on. And shit, if a nigga can convince you that he can make you feel better or take care of you better than somebody else, and you fall for it, then you was ready to move on way before it even got to that point.
True.
Mm.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
wanted to say something, Jones?
Yeah, I keep seeing this word invest pop up, right? So
You invest in the right one.
hold on, I'm going somewhere, sis. I'm going
Okay.
somewhere. So
Okay.
whenever you go into a business, right? You make an investment in that business. And the one thing that we all want to get back when we put something into an investment is a return.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go to make these investments, you pay attention to trends, you pay attention to the stock market, you pay attention to the climate of that business before you decide to put your money in it to get your return.
Yeah.
In relationships, we have to start doing the same thing as looking at these signs of and trends of, okay, so you was with your lady for 8 years and y'all got 3 kids and it just didn't work out, or you was with this dude for 5 years and then you was another dude for 3 years and you getting your credit together and things are not working out. We get blinded by sex, by somebody's status,
Social media.
and then we by they throwing all of this bait out here, we just falling for this shit, and then we invest time and waste time and lose years and get no return. We just stuck with empty pockets in terms of our emotions. So if you out there on this feed and you single and you don't be looking for no return on your investment, that's a dummy. That's a dummy move.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose your damn money.
4 weeks to present that investment.
Okay. So let me propose this. What if it's a dude who, or dude or woman, who shows you, oh, like they can do all this stuff for you. They your secret admirer. They send you all this stuff. They give you everything that you feel like you know they cater to you. They provide you with gifts unnecessarily just because they was thinking of you, and you feel like they have the capability to take care of you because they've done all these things. But then when you finally commit in that relationship, you find out that it was a facade. Like they was just putting on to get you, and now you stuck in a situation where it ain't going nowhere. Or now I feel like what was your end goal? Like what was your end game when you decided to pursue me? Like you did all these things, and not necessarily saying you fell in love with the person because of those things, but you showed me that you had chivalry and you was a gentleman, and you wanted to shower me with gifts, and then now it's just blah.
Well, I feel like you never really know a person until you live with them. So.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
What is your take, Tiff?
Huh?
What is your take? Because you just over there silent.
No, because I just saw that the guy from I just saw the news that the guy from Black Panther just passed.
Yes, I just saw that too.
Wow.
Wow.
He was 40.
Damn, he was
43.
From COVID-19?
No, cancer.
Colon cancer.
Y'all need to go to the doctors and get checked.
Yes, stop being so scared.
Who's scared? You know I
A
got
little
checked.
thing in the booty ain't gonna kill you.
Oh, they
Honey, I
said
ain't
from
say
COVID.
you.
Hey,
What
look.
about you?
He died from
I'm
COVID.
saying, bro. Wow. That is sad.
My thing is, if you with somebody, right, and you think they got their stuff together, and then you wanna with them, right? Like what Tamisha said about they buying you gifts and stuff like that, and then you get with them, and then you care about them, right? But then they supposed to like especially in a marriage, they're supposed to be like 50-50, I think. Right? Y'all know what I'm saying?
I'm listening
But
to that.
Right.
This sounds like something I know.
Yeah, dude.
Go ahead. I know this story. Go ahead.
everybody supposed to be doing their part, right? Because you're in a relationship. But you find out that one of the parents is paying for everything. Then, I mean, and they not supporting you. They not doing their part. How would you feel like when you feel some kind of way because they're not doing their part in the relationship? The parent is, and then you don't know, and it's just like.
Okay, so my
mama,
take on
mama's
that.
boys.
Mama's boys, exactly.
Yeah, about to say.
Huh?
I was wondering the same thing that Steph said, a mama's boy. The parents is basically taking care of everything, and he doesn't have.
But you don't know because it's supposed to be 50-50 in a relationship. You doing your part, they doing their part. But they part, they getting help by the parent.
But why is that?
Yeah, so they're really not doing their
I don't
part.
know. I just think that when you are dating, I think it's like a interview, and I think it's an investigation. Like you can't just go in and fall in love, and then 3 months later, like come on, like you got to be asking these questions and getting your girlfriend that knows how to pull up some information and investigate. Like seriously. And people talked a lot about like that 90-day rule and stuff like that. I feel like, man, you could date somebody for a whole year and still not know the person. You know what I mean?
For real.
Instead of just so quickly wanting to jump into relationships, I think that at first we need to kind of take a step back and kind of really see the person for who that person is. They day to day, what they do. Do they stand up to the things that they telling you on the phone and when y'all hanging out? Because a lot of shit be bullshit in the beginning. Like be all bullshit. You know what I mean? So we need to get through the bullshit phase, number one. I did want to mention something, because Beauty, you had said something. I think for me, for me, I'm not looking for a man to take care of me. I can take care of myself, 100%. But I think the problem is a lot of times we have men out here that, of course, are afraid of marriage. We have a ton of men out here afraid of marriage. And for me, it's just looking for somebody to build with. And at this age, it's kind of difficult because a lot of men these days, they're just, it's so many options, right? So they kind of want to play the field. That's number so because they know they can. And then we have women that's out here that I'm sorry to say, but they are desperate. They want to be in a relationship. They miss having a companion and not really know themselves and say, okay, I can be happy with myself and I can enjoy being by myself. I can go out by myself. I could do all these things before even jump into the relationship. Because it's like you don't even know yourself first, and then if you want to have all these expectations and stuff for a man, you don't even know the things that you like. I
Yep.
a lot of women even like date themselves, but then they put all these expectations on a man. But I think that a lot of times when women we look at like, I need a man, I need a man, I need a man to take care of me. No, I don't need a man to take care of me. No, I need to come to the table and listen what you said, Jones, right? Because this thing is
Yep,
in the
John.
right now. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
When you mention like this is kind of like a business deal, I really look at relationships and marriages like that. Like, what are we coming to the table? Let's kind of talk about finances. Let's talk about the future. Let's talk about all these things because I think that's important when it comes to a relationship, any type of marriage, is like how you guys kind of mesh, in these different areas because one person can be stronger than the other. And this is where you help and support that person. So if it is credit, where I hear sometimes people like, oh, his credit bad. That's easy to be fixed, honey. Like anybody worry
That is.
about most people credit bad in the world anyway. So that's something that's fixable. But then some things is on women's list. They'll say like, oh, and he got to have good credit. He 820. You don't even got 820. You got a 480.
Ben, I'm done.
That's true. That's true.
Sometimes I hear this stuff. No, for real. Think about it. But sometimes I hear this stuff and it's like the whole list of things, and it's like, I need a man, I need a man, I need a man. No, no, no.
Well,
No.
nobody is gonna be the whole package.
Oh yeah, no.
Ever.
No, they're not. We'll never believe that. But I think that it also depends on what you're looking for as far as a partner, a life partner. I think that's important. So, we're just looking at, I really think it is kind of like if you think about it, a business deal. You sit at the table, let's talk about it.
It is. It is. What do men folks think about this?
I feel like
I'm gonna say this. Here's what I go ahead, Demetrius.
no, you say what you gotta say.
I'll say it starts for me, it starts at the household. You know what I'm saying? So what I mean by that is me and Steph have this conversation all the time. So there are a lot of single moms out here, but I'm not saying that is the be no all, but there are a lot of single moms that are raising these men, right? So at the end of the day, perfect example, my brother. So at the end of the day, my brother is under my mother's wing and he thinks his woman should take care of him as if she's his mother. And I tell my mother all the time, hey, you need to let him grow up and you need to let him be a man. He needs to get out there and he needs to do it for himself. I mean, you can guide him, mentor, coach, all that good stuff. But because my dad was around, but it was kind of different because my dad remarried and him and my brothers, well, my mother-in-law, no, stepmother, they don't get along, right? So at the end of the day, he was kind of there, but he wasn't. So a lot of these guys are being raised by these single moms. So you got to understand, okay, so when I meet a man, especially Jasmine's generation, Ashley's pretty much locked down. But Jasmine, Ashley generation, when you meet these guys, you got to ask a series of questions, man. It got to be an interview process. Yo, you know what? Who you live with? You live with your mom? You live with your dad? You got siblings? You know what I'm saying? How are you raised? You know what I mean? So it's a series of questions, and that'll let you know if you want to take it to the next level or not. Because if you see something, a red flag, it's a red flag. You make, hey, let's be friends. Let's see where this goes from this point on. Let me see if you got the potential. What do you want to do? You know what I'm saying? You got to ask a series of questions because these guys out here, exactly what you said, they just want to keep playing the field. And if you're not the one, they're not going to be locked down with you. It's very, very simple. We're going to be tied down to we see, okay, that is the one for me. Right. And even then, sometimes we go 5-10 years and we start growing apart. But at the end of the day, I think it starts at the home front, just like anything else. It starts with your upbringing. And then from that point on, hopefully you branch out and grow to be the man that you should be.
I saw on a TikTok video, this man was like, women, quit letting these men manipulate you. And it was because he said that because he was saying how when you're dating, some women, not all, but some women like to express the bad situations they've been in different relationships. So they're saying this person did that, and I just couldn't stand when he did this. And they said, so you're giving that man ammunition to get you or get whatever he's trying to get out of you. So all he has to do is what you said that you didn't like. Well, I'm gonna do the opposite. So she'll allow me in, and then once I get in, then I'm gonna show my ass. So he was like, stop allowing these men to manipulate you. Like, stop giving them the information by you just talking. Because some men will just sit there and let you talk.
Yeah.
And you just be talking and talking and talking. Yeah, I ain't like it when they did this, and I ain't like it when they did that. And really, all he want to do is fuck. So you giving him the tools to do what the other person did, and so now you feel like, oh, he's just everything. He's doing all these great things. He's so completely different from Bobby, and I'm just so in love, and you be done gave in, and then find out he exactly like Bobby. Like, so I don't know. I just feel
I
like
feel you
in
because I did that
situations.
Hey, what is that? Keenan.
Step froze.
I did. She did freeze, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. Cause
You about to come up there and whoop your ass. What you just said.
Nah, man. I did that with Steph. She used to tell me all the time about this dude. I'd be like, uh-huh.
No name dropping.
We had a
no name
we had
dropping,
a
James.
housekeeper. No name dropping.
My bad. Hey, bro, if you on here, bro, it's 26 years later, man. Move on, brother.
I swear.
I'm dead.
I mean, like, for real.
Everybody want to be loved, and everybody
some
want
feedback. It says, "What do y'all?" Sabrina Rose said, "What do y'all think about females being the ones proposing to their boyfriends? Do you think it makes a man feel less of a man, or do you think?"
Yep.
John, go.
Get the fuck out of here. Listen.
Period.
Listen, straight up. Listen, I'm being dead ass serious. Like in society now, like principles and certain shit that like understand what I'm saying and in context. Like whole shit, like men acting like females, being overly emotional.
That's right.
And having a female propose to you? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, who the fuck is you? It's nothing wrong with It's nothing wrong with being emotional or showing your emotion as a man. That shows balance. But overly emotional, stuck in your teeth, posting how you feel every day on Instagram, talking too goddamn much, and having a female propose to you. I got a 7-year-old daughter, and I'm gonna give when her mind is ready enough to receive the information, she's gonna know exactly how a quality man is supposed to move.
That's right.
You don't fucking get on your knee to propose to no fucking man. Who the fuck is he?
I know that's right.
Listen, I don't get on my knees for nobody. And for no reason. Hell, I even pray laying down. So
So
no
you
ma'am.
on your knees for God?
I know that's right.
She's snoring. She get on her knees for God.
Hell no.
She lay down and pray.
No man. Sorry.
Lord.
I ain't proposing to no man.
No, that's not
I
him.
wouldn't either.
No.
And I would not promote that, okay? I would not.
Ain't nothing cute
That's
about
just like being with a man who's a yes man. I don't want a yes man. I want you to be able to tell me to shut up sometimes, and I'm gonna be like, bitch, what? But you done checked my ass, and I'm gonna be like, okay.
Okay.
He's gonna be like, why don't
Okay,
you get down
okay,
and
but
kneel
what
and
you
pray?
want to eat?
I'm gonna make you a sandwich. Okay.
What if the female just tired of
like
waiting
that sandwich.
and she decides
I don't
to do
think
it
she gonna
herself?
call him a bitch. That wouldn't be right.
I don't think that's gonna go over well. I don't think that's gonna go over well.
No.
You call a man bitch. Yeah, he gonna check that real quick.
I said,
Yeah.
what if the female just tired of waiting on the guy and
No,
she proposes because that's something she think they both want?
No,
She
no,
just-
Just
I
would rather be single.
I feel like the man gotta want it.
Yes. I would
let
rather
a man be a man. Let a man be a man. That's a man's thing to do, not a woman. I'm sorry. I'm independent, and I'm all for girl power. Best believe that. But that's one thing I do not agree a woman should do ever.
I
Never.
don't care how tired of waiting you are. If you that tired of waiting, you should express that to him
Yep.
and let him know. Are we moving forward or not? Because if not, then I'm gonna move on.
Yes.
Period.
Okay, do the men know like when they want to, like if she's marriage material?
A man know that from jump.
Let the
No,
men
they
in.
don't. Not from jump.
I feel like they
said
do.
not from jump? Why you
Nah.
say not from jump?
Not always. I would say not always, because it depends on what the guy think, where his mind is at. If he's
That's maybe not for you, but for some men, they know. They say they know from the out the gate that whether or
I
not
know.
they feel like somebody's
I
marriage
knew
material.
I
knew
knew
out the gate.
I mean, I didn't do it at 7. I didn't do it at 20. I didn't
Right.
I didn't do it at 20. I waited a little minute. I waited a long minute.
My father said the men know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Men believe that. Men know.
Yeah.
From
Right.
jump. He already know.
You know who wifey material
I mean-
is not.
Yep.
And you know who you can just play with and have a good time.
Yes.
Come back, blow that right quick.
Hello, right quick, just right quick.
Oh Lord have mercy.
Okay, so do you all think the men agree that they know from when they meet the one, they know she the one?
I think so.
Yes.
I think so too.
More times than less, yeah.
So to Landy, there's a lot to listen. And yes, I couldn't marry my fiance now before we lived together. You learn a lot about someone by living with them. We've been together for 9 years. She was 15. And she getting ready to get married
I
next
ain't doing
year.
that no more. Sorry. I ain't
You said
shacking
you
up.
ain't doing that no more?
No, I'm not shacking up. I did that younger.
I never believed in shacking up. Never. I would never have done it. I'm so serious because I just seen too much at a young age that I said, you know what? That's not me. I can't do it. I can't because I just don't feel like men see you in the same light when they, like how they say, you buying a cow No, you getting the milk, but you ain't
Milk the
purchased the
cow.
cow.
Yeah, right.
No, I can't.
Now, then we're gonna date it with somebody, and you just
Mommy, you sound like
You sound like Linda.
you sound like Becky.
Listen, at the end of the day, different
It's
strokes for
it's
different folks.
this is a new millennium. Sorry.
But Ashley,
What?
I kind of hold on. What's that
okay,
word we use? What's that
what?
time out?
Pause for
All
the
right,
cause.
so
Also
pause for the
cool.
call. There you go. Okay, so I kind of agree with Steph, but then I kind of disagree. And the reason I agree is because back when we were growing up, I mean, think about it. Traditionally, that's the way it's always been. That's the way we've been taught. But the way today's society is, I understand the young folks now. They want to get to know this person in a different light, so to speak. Now, I'm not saying you shack up with them for 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, but what I am saying is sometimes you really want to get to know this person and not their representative, right? So we say
Exactly.
people can show their representative for 30 days. I can show
Ooh,
you who James Long
shit, for
is for
longer
30
than 30
days.
days.
Shit, exactly.
I
Some
ain't
be
been a
committed.
whole year, 6 months.
Some can
It
Six
could be
commit
months.
past
one.
6 months. It be
That's
years.
a
Yes,
that's a commitment, right?
I'm
And then the
Different
true
strokes for
colors come out,
yes.
right? So
Yeah,
So
I
when I
kind
was
of
in
see.
school, you
go
kind
ahead.
of see what.
No, go
I was
ahead, go
gonna
ahead.
say Ebony Hall
everybody has
said
their own prerogative. So
Ebony Hall said you meet people representative before you meet the who they really are. Everybody come in on a different agenda. It's up to the individual to go in with your brain and not your heart.
Agree.
I agree, but like I said, different strokes
For
for different
different
folks.
folks.
So,
Yeah,
I mean, that may have been the thing back then. Yes, that was how it should be. But we don't live in that society, like James said. We don't live in that society anymore. I mean, some people may still want it that way, but some people just really want to, okay, do I really know whether or not I'll be able to tolerate this person with living with them? Like, you can get married and start living with somebody and be like, I hate they fucking guts. Like, get the fuck out. Like, I don't want to be married no more. So you need to be able to get to know who they are without them having their mask on and they representative. And you need to know, okay, is
Habits.
this person clean? Is this
Their
person,
habits.
yeah, their habits.
I'm gonna
Like,
spend the night over your house, and that's how I'm gonna know. But you ain't that.
no,
I'm
But
gonna
how
a
long
house,
is too
on
long,
it.
a
Demetrius?
Well,
sleepover
well,
ain't gonna deal.
yeah.
I'm only saying that for experience. I'm only saying that I'm doing it from experience. I've done it when I was younger. Actually, like 3 times. And the first time it was like, okay, the person saying to me, "Oh, I want to be a daddy. I want to be a daddy. I want to be a wife." So what we doing? You know what I'm saying? And it really took me to leave the house, have my own spot and all this other nonsense. And really, honestly, to move to another whole different state in order for him to propose. I shouldn't even have,
mm,
you know what I'm saying? But then the whole time it was like, oh, I want to be a daddy. And I'm like, okay, well, I want to be
I want to be a
married.
wife.
You think you love me, we want to be together for others, and what's the problem? Everything else is
right.
great. So, I mean, I'm just, for me, nah. And I would say anybody that if I give advice to anybody younger, no, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm,
Don't do it. No,
Don't do it. I
mm-hmm.
agree.
don't do it.
I'm
It's almost like if he's willing to move in with you, then he should be willing to marry you. Like
I feel
you
you.
cleaning and washing clothes and all this. Nah.
Oh, I ain't
No,
doing
no,
all
I ain't
that.
gonna do it.
You washing your
Yeah,
own
I'm not
So
shit.
doing
you
all that.
But
saying
you could get
You do
We
that.
can
but
stay
you
you
could
together,
get
saying
married
You
and
do
you
but
that.
you
could get
washing your
married
own
and the
shit.
person on
But you do that in a relationship and some others do. But we're really like taking care of the household. And it's like, if you're saying that these are the things that you want out of a relationship, then I mean, why do you feel like you need to live with that person? I felt like during that time, when you are younger back then, it's like, oh yeah, you live with your boo, it was all cute. And I get it. Nah,
That shit
it's
ain't
not
cute no
cute.
more.
Ain't nothing cute about that. I'm sorry, it's not. Ain't
It's
nothing
not.
cute about it. You roll over every morning, every night. That's cute. Okay, that could be cute, but I could still come over and I could still roll over and then roll on out into my own house. That's
Word.
it. That's
Okay,
all.
it could be
hold up.
vice versa. Go ahead.
Don't.
Ooh,
Go ahead, Jake.
I had something to say to you don't want to meet your representative, right? and then you fuck around and end up with a serial killer. I think that this is what we're all hinting at. We do not want to end up with this right here. You don't want to end up like that.
What is that? What is that?
That's Shannon DeLong. You don't want to end up like that, right?
What happened to her?
See,
Tell me the story.
That's Grace. So Grace was a banker.
Oh, Grace, a fall from Grace.
Yeah, and she fell in love with a manipulator and a scammer.
Yes.
You don't want to end up like that.
Yes.
Because you'll fuck around and be in jail.
See, no.
Period. Period. Okay, so the Landy DeRoche said, "Do y'all think you should have multiple sexual partners before marriage?"
Can you say that name one more time, please?
Really? The Landy DeRoche
I like
said,
that
"Do
name.
y'all think you should have multiple sexual partners before marriage?"
Yes.
Multiple sexual partners
Before marriage.
I guess that's
and I think the reason why, yeah, you need to know what you like and what you don't like. Okay.
If you
now, let me ask you this: at the same time, are we talking about? Are we talking about? Are we talking at the same time? I'm out there, I'm dating, I'm having multiple sex partners, or are we talking just one person at a time?
I think that she probably mean right. I mean, before marriage, should you have some type of experience?
Yeah. Well, her
So
she made a comment saying they was together. What'd she say? 15 years, something like that. 9 years, something like that. They was together for all that long time. So basically, I guess she's saying like she never been with anybody else. So since she never been in anyone else, or he hasn't, both of them. So should you have multiple sexual partners before you get married? But if you guys are all together, yeah.
But some people,
why do you want to
say they want to be a virgin before? I don't agree with that. Like, I don't agree being a virgin.
You already married. You already the fiance. Like, you good. You should be good on that. Girl.
Like, I need to know what you capable of doing, because bad sexual encounters can lead to divorce.
And that can cause me.
You gonna compare this sex
stress. You can cause stress. Yes.
That can cause me stress.
So that leads to a build up because you frustrated. Like, ain't nobody got time.
Look at Jones' face.
It's not gonna work. If you don't know what you're doing, then we don't need to be together. Period.
But you got to show them something.
It's one thing showing, but if I gotta teach a whole fucking lesson, that's just not gonna work.
We're not teaching a lesson.
So you gonna wait to get married, and then when you get to y'all honeymoon, the person performance is just not it.
Just mediocre.
You gonna be happy. You just gonna pretend like you happy, huh?
No, I can't.
I'm not.
I'm
not.
You just gonna fake it till y'all make it, right?
I don't know how to pretend either.
Vocabulary.
I'm not made like that. Okay, I'm just not.
No pretending. Sorry.
Yeah, y'all's gonna know. You're gonna know. You failed. Okay.
That's for the virgins who want to be virgins till marriage.
Well, the Virgin Mary.
You can always be born again. Just be born again. It's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
What you say, Jones?
Like, I think the whole Virgin Mary thing is cool, and in the context of religion, in terms of what your beliefs are. But would you go buy a car if you don't know how to drive?
Or test drive it?
It will fucking crash. If you don't know how to drive, why would you take your ass to buy a car? You should have driven first and learn the skill of driving. And get a license.
Maybe she's all the qualities and everything that you're looking for.
No, Tameka. I can't.
I am have Baxter said all experience is not good experience. There's nothing wrong with waiting.
Hello.
Well, we're not saying like go out and just be a thought pocket or just doing the most. That's not what we're saying. But I'm gonna need somebody to have some type of experience because we both can't be trying to learn. At the same damn time.
If you're 50 years old, hopefully you got some experience.
That's not a good look.
That's for the young bucks. Come on, we all over what?
I'm 27.
We all, boy, you need to stop lying.
What's on
I'm
your right
pushing.
here?
I'm pushing 30.
Nah, he bought with Demetrius. Jay,
Well,
you what? 38?
Mhm.
Watch your
38?
mouth. I'm 39, bruh.
39.
Really?
Oh.
Really?
Boy, you pushing 40, boy.
that's all good. You know, black don't crack now.
It show down, honey. Black don't crack.
Yeah, so we're not promoting people to just go out and just get cooties. No, that's not what we're saying.
You so funny.
What we're saying is
Get Cody.
a little practice, and it don't even necessarily have to be with multiple people. It can be with the person that you with.
I
Just,
agree.
you know, y'all need to figure y'all what y'all like in the bedroom before y'all decide to spend a lifetime together. Because that is what your lifetime gonna look like, whatever's going down in that bedroom. And if it's nothing, that's what it's gonna be for the rest of your life. Not a damn thing.
Nah, he can learn, T. He can learn.
No. Some
He can
people ain't
learn.
willing
He
to learn. Some people ain't open
experience.
minded. Some
Get
people
that
ain't open
experience.
minded. Some people ain't open minded.
Get that experience, boy. Somebody said something here. I don't see it on this one though. I see it on my phone, and it says, "I don't mean to be a thought. I don't mean to be a thought either. I mean, like, what if your sexual experience is aggressive and I like it sensual? It does not apply."
That got to do with communication. It has to do with communication, though.
Well, yeah. Well, which is a great segment into the
Hold on.
next thing.
What did he just read?
Hmm?
What did he just read? What did
I
he
am
just
hip.
Baxter
read?
said, I don't mean, I am have Baxter said, I don't mean to be a thought either. I mean, like, what if your sexual experience is aggressive and I like it sensual? It does not apply. I understand. So she's saying, what if he used to just banging it in and he think that that's what I'm gonna like too?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Oh, no, you can
little
tell that nigga what you like. Like,
But then that's where the communication, which is a great segment into
The
relationships and
next one.
communication. That's good with you would need to communicate to that person that, okay, baby, I know you may be used to being aggressive, but I like it this way.
Yeah.
Right. Communicate in the moment.
hopefully you ain't laying there and let that nigga just doing whatever the hell he wants, what he wants. So that's
Hopefully.
Because remember you don't kneel. So right?
He said, remember, you don't need him.
No, she said she don't kneel. She said she don't kneel.
I'll kneel.
She said
I
she
lay
don't
down.
need.
somebody
No.
said beauty. I can't.
I don't kneel. All right.
I said I don't get on my knees for nobody.
Said nigga, I'm
But
not
God.
moving.
No, she said not even God. She said she pray in the bed.
Hey, I lay down and pray.
You pray laying
Lay
down.
down and pray. Okay.
So Daylala said, get it out so you can be satisfied with your marriage partner because you know you're not missing anything and did everything you wanted to before you got married. I can agree with that too. That's why I say you should have
No.
experiences. You should
But
have experience.
they already like engaged. Like is we're just gonna go out and just have sex and shit? No.
No, I'm not gonna say they're gonna go out and have sex. I'm saying she's saying that before you get married, to have had these experiences, you have something to compare to.
Mm-hmm.
But that can change though, because I've that can change. Like I've heard that sometimes both men and women go through different changes in terms of things that they might like and things that they may not like, things that they have experienced that they like. I don't want to fuck with that no more, and things that they
Right.
might still want to engage in. So I think it just depends on the person.
Right.
Okay, so
That's that growth.
that is
But what
growth.
if
But if what, Nietzsche?
they trying to tell you, oh well, I don't do that. Like, I don't do this because back in the day, it used to be cliche for black men to say that they gave head.
Yeah.
Whoa, time out. Put that in context.
And vice
Pause for the pause. Pause for
Hold
the
What?
pause.
What?
Pause. Like, I'm
I
from Brooklyn.
heard
Like,
that. I heard
pause.
that before.
Pause for the
Hold on. I don't, what?
pause for the cause. Time out, family. Hold on. When you listen, head can be taken out of context. What she's saying is, she's saying that in the past, correct me if I'm wrong, that black men said it was cliche to give their women oral satisfaction.
Okay.
Not
There you go.
head. Hallelujah.
Damn, T.
Okay.
She fucked me up. That just messed me up with that one.
What he said, what Jones said. Okay, what Jones said.
Woo.
So
He
that
said it.
that used to be cliche that black men wouldn't give their women oral sex. Okay.
But it used to be cliche too that one black woman didn't give their men fellatio as well. So that's why
Correct.
they would say he would go to Becky because Becky was throwing it down, deep throating and everything else.
Yeah.
Pretty much
So
summed it up.
why Jones looking like
Y'all
that?
say he had to clean that shit up real quick.
I must have been asleep for that part of Black History.
But so you have a lot of them that say that they don't do it. Like, okay, well, what's the cliche now? Because it should be no reason why you don't do it now when it's in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey,
I don't
Okay,
understand.
so let's do a quick poll. How many of us on here like to give our men head?
Oh my God. I don't ask this
I'm not
question
agreeing with that
online.
poll.
Do you
Praise
know your
God.
mama
I don't
watches
have a
this?
man.
Exactly. I will pass. I'm gonna plead the
You know
fifth.
your mama
I
watches
don't have a man. Sorry.
Oh, what? My
I don't
mama
have a man.
no.
You said the man. I like to give your man here. I don't have a man, so I can't talk. Sorry.
Okay, so you said you don't
Me
got a man, but I
neither.
got one. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my hand up. Y'all two men that's on here, how many of y'all like to give head? Or give a
I
woman
plead the fifth.
There you
Oh
go.
my God.
Bam.
You don't want to say that.
Bam. Talking about mama. They waving.
My man, yes. My man, yes.
Your man.
I don't have a problem with that. Mm-mm.
I mean, like, for real. So, I mean,
I am have Baxter said head is hard work.
You have to give.
she said giving head is hard work. It can be.
You
When
have
you don't know what you're doing.
You
Steph,
gotta find that spy girl.
Why you must teach.
I
You
said you have
must teach.
to receive.
Frederick Douglass said, "Without struggle, there's no progress."
Oh,
Really?
Hello. I agree
Oh,
with
we
that.
quoting people now? We
That's
quoting
what he
people now?
said. That's what he said.
that's
Oh, we quoting people now.
So all that hard work shit.
gotta
I'm
find a
just
spot.
saying.
Well, what movie that was on Booty Call? The counter representative said you have to lick it before you stick it.
Yes. Eating the groceries, okay?
Hello, that too.
All of them.
Step bros.
I hear.
That's why they got that Walmart curbside pickup.
Stick it.
That's a good quote right there.
This fool talking about some Frederick Douglass.
God.
Really? So we really going back to Black history?
She said that she heard that it was hard work. I ain't never
No,
seen.
she said it was hard work. Maybe it's hard work for her.
Yeah.
Maybe she may consider making that person have an orgasm may take a minute for her, and it requires some work.
You must teach.
You're right. So, ladies, I will be teaching the class. I'm joking.
We've been waiting for that. It's like, what we like
Look,
week 5 now? Waiting.
Like, look, like real talk. I took a class early in my marriage. Okay, my husband was deployed. When he came back, I wanted to blow his mind, like literally.
Pun intended.
Hello.
Well, all they gotta do is watch Girls Trip, whoever that was.
No.
No, ma'am.
I
No,
went to
that
a
is not it.
This is a girls'
when
They
I
trip.
have Steph. They have classes for that.
Yes,
Yes.
they do.
I can't.
Yes, they do.
Everything.
It is so like being like truly like into your own and owning your own sexuality. Like my husband always said he never had a woman to make him come like that. Okay, well I said, well I'm about to be the first.
James said pause for the cause. TMI.
This was years ago. Like years ago.
Plug that up, Kansas. Plug that up.
All I could say is I learned and I did that.
Okay.
Period.
Y'all heard her. She did that.
Silent. How do y'all feel about household bills should be split or dealt with 50-50, or men take care of everything, or what? Ooh, this is a good one.
Okay,
You want to get
so
this, James?
Mr.
You
Yeah,
got
you want to
it,
get this, Mr. Long? You want to get this, Mr. Long?
I'll let
Go
Jay
ahead,
go
Mr.
first. I got you.
me and my wife just had this conversation the other day. So we both work. We both professionals. I take care of the majority of the bills by choice. And I say, hey, you don't have to pay that. If you choose to, cool, but you don't have to. How we have our system is if I'm paying for these things, then you got all of the swiping when we go out to eat, and the savings is coming from yourself and what I have left over, if it's going to rock like that. But I think it depends on the relationship. I don't think that it should be a man rule that the man pay all the bills. Because I told her, if I pay all the bills and you decide to be like, you know what, fam, I'm done with this shit. I don't want to be with you no more. So I paid all these fucking bills for all this time, and then you get to leave and I got to pay you alimony and child support. Where the fuck that happened at? So in all of my cursing, I do not believe that it's a rule to split the bills 50-50, 100 to a 0, 70-30. It depends on the system that couple has in place. It's no rule.
Ain't no rule. But take care of those bills, good.
Okay, so let's hear from the other man. Go ahead, Mr. Long.
Oh, you got your ears glued to this one, ain't you?
Yeah, I am.
All right. So for us, I mean, if you think about it, we put all our money together. So I agree with you, Jones. It's all about the couple, but we put all our money together. We have, like, she know what's in this account. She knows what's in this account. All our checks go in this account. My check go in this account, this account. So at the end of the day, the money's combined. So it's not to a point where I say, okay, take this money, Steph, take my money to pay this bill. No, she takes the money and she pays the bill. You know what I'm saying? She takes the money and she pays this bill. I take the money, I pay that bill. It's all combined. Same thing with our savings. It's all combined. Take money out of this account, put it in the savings. Every time we get paid, every time a paycheck goes in, we pay ourselves first before we do anything else. And that's our rule in our household. But as far as when we were early on in our marriage and, Steph wasn't working at the time, yeah, I took care of everything. You know what I'm saying? So, over the years, once she started working, this was very, very early when we first moved to Hawaii. And then once she started working again, it was just the combine. We just always combined our money because we wanted to see our money grow together. I mean, we've been together for a long time, so that's pretty much how we've done it. And that works for us.
There's nothing wrong with that. I feel good when I'm contributing.
Yeah, I mean, I do too. And like my husband sent me progress reports, y'all, through via text. He tells me, he's like, Steph, this is what because he takes the time to do this. I don't. He takes the time to add up things from both accounts, and he'd be like, "This is where we are. We done met another milestone," and I'd be like, "Okay, cheerleader, let's do this, okay?" Because I'm gonna make sure the lights stay on, make sure the cable on. Like I had to fight today to make sure the Wi-Fi was right. Okay, so I'm gonna do those things, but it's other things that, like you said, every time a check is deposited, he moves the money around for us, and he'd be like, okay, I'm already, put this in the savings. This is where we at. And he give me a report card on it. So, I don't be tripping. I don't. But see, everybody marriage ain't like that.
Yeah.
Everybody can't function like that, okay?
Well, I mean, we knew couples that where the husband took care of the bills and he pretty much gave the wife an allotment. You know what I'm saying? So some money, some spending money. But that husband pretty much said, you know what?
Yeah, allowance.
Allotment. I'm military. Allotment.
Allowance.
Military too. Allowance.
Whoa, bro.
It's an
allotment, sis. It's you tripping, Jay. But yeah, he pretty much gave her an allowance, right? But he took care of all the bills. I mean, so it worked for their household because at that particular time, the wife wasn't good with money management. So this particular spouse was, would take the money and go spend it on clothes and things that she really didn't need at that moment and could jeopardize what they had going on when it came to paying their bills and stuff like that. So you just got to be careful when it comes to situations like that.
So how do you deal with situations like that when you got the other spouse spending unnecessary? Like you got the bills taken care of.
That goes back to communicating.
Coachable.
It's time to
communicating.
Yeah.
Coachable.
It's time to shut that card off.
Well, not
I've
even
had to
that.
have my ass checked.
You say you what?
I've had to have my ass checked, and I don't like that word. My wife has had to give me a talking to, and it was like frivolous subscriptions. Oh, Sirius XM Radio, Tidal,
you don't need.
Apple, just a bunch of shit. And she's like, "Yo, fam, I need to holler at you real quick. What the fuck you doing?" Because all this shit add up.
Yes,
and then my man pride, I'll be like, okay, so what is all these goddamn Zulily and what's the shoe shit y'all be ordering? What's the shoe place?
He said the Zulily.
What's the shoe place y'all always order from? The fucking
where?
Shoe place.
They come like about a dozen.
Shoe place.
DSW? What? I don't know.
Not DSW. I done forgot the name of the fucking box. That's how traumatized.
What is that place? I think I need to talk about.
Yeah, it's that.
DSW.
That's DSW. It's like online. Nah. You order. I know what DSW is, but you can order it online. Who?
It's
I'm gonna remember later, but nonetheless, we gotta hold each other accountable and don't be prideful.
Right.
Like if you fucking up and we supposed to be growing towards something,
right?
You gotta wear that on the chin and tighten your shit up.
Baxter said, "What if the wife spends too much, but she has a job of her own?"
It don't matter. What are we growing towards? Because if we saving for a house or a down payment on a house, and these spending habits are going to put us behind and take us away from what our goal is, then sis, even though you have a job, that's your job, but it's our money working towards our goal.
Yeah.
Right.
Is it Shoe Dazzle?
That's our own agenda.
Shoe Dazzle.
That's not Shoe Dazzle. It's not Shoe Dazzle.
Shoe Dazzle. James has had to have that conversation with me before, where he'd be like, sis, Zara is seeing your card way too much. Okay.
It should be like $1,000, man.
And
is it just Fab?
Just fucking Fab.
Just during Christmas.
Oh wow.
During Christmas, he added that shit up. He was like, he sent me a private text.
And she froze.
She froze.
It's just Fab though.
You told her
talking family.
You tell her whatever she did with that damn internet, it's working for you and not for her.
Private text.
It's not working for both of them.
Steph, you froze.
Say that again.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Internet service.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Say that again. Say that again. Say that again.
What the hell, dude?
Okay, what you got me?
We trying to figure out what's going on with the internet service that y'all supposedly fixed today.
Them people took their money. They ain't fixed nothing.
Okay, well,
Hey,
you gotta admit it's doing better.
y'all don't be coming out. Don't be coming at our internet now.
Oh, we coming
You know
at
what
it.
I'm
We
saying?
coming at it. We coming at it.
Don't be
Cause
coming at
y'all
our
are
internet now.
this said
Call.
he
Call.
said that he was going to do. He
Look.
called me.
Demetrius got jokes. You know what? Y'all got jokes.
Okay, so check this out. Arsenal came out today. They still didn't fix all our shit. Okay, they fixed one thing and the other shit fucked up now. Okay,
like
What I
$1,000 back. That's what they know.
okay.
They owe
So
money.
what I was saying before I was interrupted by the robot. My husband had to text me, and he didn't have to say, "Look, you getting a little crazy up in Zara. This is how much you done spent in Zara so far this month." And I'm like, oh, damn, I didn't even realize. And then you know what? I just have to check myself. And I ain't gonna lie, I be having an attitude. I really do. But at the same time, I'd be like, you know what? He right. We got goals, and it's the things that we're trying to do within the next year that if I don't get a grip on this shit, this could cause problems. So I mean, I just take a step back. I allow him to check me, put me back in my place, but I also be checking him too about stuff. So it don't just be me. I just want y'all to know that shit, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't believe it. I think for me, I've been in relationships where, I guess he felt as though he wanted to kind of take care of the bills and I take care of the household. So I don't think of the splitting I have friends who like split the bill down to the T, down to the change. And that's like crazy to me. Like,
yeah, we've never done that. We've never done that.
That's kind of weird. Either put it on one or say put this amount of money in this account for these bills, but not splitting every single bill down. Like, nah, that's just too much. I couldn't do that.
So Livy Williams say, what if the woman makes more money? How y'all
That's
feel
cool.
about that?
Does that matter?
It
No, it
shouldn't
don't.
matter. I think they should agree on.
Why does that
a certain
matter?
amount.
It don't. I mean,
Some
to me,
men are intimidated by women that makes more money than them.
I agree with that too, but unfortunately, I don't experience that.
Me neither.
I'm trying to figure
How
out.
do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, how do you guys feel about women making more money than y'all?
I mean, I would be okay as long as she doesn't throw that in my face all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I make more money than you. I make more money than you. Then we're gonna have a problem. As long as we still doing our thing and putting our money together and trying to handle these bills or whatever our plans are for the future, I don't see it being a major issue for me. Now, if she's making 6-figure income and I'm making like 20,000, I need to get my shit together. I need to get my shit together, right? At the end of the day, I need to get it together and start showing some growth. But that's for me.
How you feel, John?
I mean, listen, I don't give a fuck. I'm not what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not a Neanderthal in terms of my approach to my relationship with my wife. I don't have that pride shit. Like, sometimes you're gonna be up financially, sometimes you're gonna be down. Sometimes you're gonna have vehicle repairs and you ain't expect that shit, and you might be like, babe, listen, nigga ain't got it.
Right. I need you to help me out with this.
Right, and that's a part of the stuff that we got to get over as men. Is that pride thing where we think we're gonna look less than a man by asking for help? That actually gives you some cookie points by showing a little bit of vulnerability. So I don't care. You should.
He noticed. He said cookie points.
I'm not saying I'm doing it for like. I ain't say nookie points. I don't need to get no. Oh, I don't mean that cookie. Not even, all right. Not cookie points, but I'm not doing it for kudos. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that makes you look a bit more respectable. You know, give you a
I
couple
can agree
points.
with that. I can agree with that. That a man that could like ask his woman to help him out when he need help. I mean, that's how it should be. You
Not every day.
Red Lobster.
Yes, James, you're right. Red Lobster. Absolutely.
Okay.
Joe's like, what is Red Lobster?
Go ahead and tell him, Mr. Long. Tell him what Red Lobster means.
Like, give me a kiss.
No,
you smiling on.
You tell a story about
right here. Oh, love you.
Okay,
Good night.
so
Get in bed.
James and I had went to Red Lobster when
Remember James?
after we had Jazz, right? Because I was fiending for it.
No.
So we go to Red Lobster. This brother say he ain't got no he said he wasn't hungry. Okay. He said that he wasn't gonna eat. He said he already ate before we got to the restaurant. So now I'm sitting there and I'm looking like, I know this dude like love Red Lobster biscuits. Like, how he gonna say he ain't hungry? So I just came out and I asked him. And I said, well, do you have enough money for both of us to eat? And he said, no. He said, I only got enough for you to eat. And so I said, okay, well, I got money, so we can put our money together and we both gonna eat. How about that? He said that's when he knew I was the one.
Oh.
I was ready to collaborate. Just that quick.
I got a question, Steph.
What?
In that moment, how many baskets of the Cheddar Bay biscuits did y'all order? Did y'all keep asking them for? Let me get some more biscuits. We're getting this together.
Probably about two. But I told him, I said, you know, we're gonna order our food and we're gonna drink some water, okay? And we still had money to go to the movies and the whole shebang, okay? So it ended on a happy ending. If you get my drift, it ended on a happy ending.
Listen, I mean, like I said, some men are intimidated by it, but and to what you said, James, I wouldn't throw it up in your face if you ain't giving me a reason to throw it up in your face.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're saying, like, so say for instance, you're in a situation and they keep bringing up shit or saying little slick stuff, like you in the wrong, but okay, who taking care of what? So that's where, you know, when you have a slick mouth like some people, i.e. me, don't say certain shit to me. Because you might get something that you ain't asking for, and you don't want to keep continually trying to tiptoe around, trying not to hurt their or bruise their ego. But when you start saying little slick stuff, expect slick stuff to come back out my mouth.
So what if they don't say slick stuff and you're the type of person that always needs to throw that in his face because that's just who you are, right? The person is this man is trying to get it together. No, I've seen that too.
Yeah, you're right.
Trying to get it together. Mm-hmm. And the woman is like, you know, like I make this and I do this and I do that, I do this, and you're like, yo, I got it. You know, I'm still trying to get it together. You still going with it?
Yeah, she ain't the right one for him.
I got you.
Like if she constantly doing that, then first off, she need to move on because clearly she has an issue with him and whatever the situation is. But like some people, even some women, they just constantly like just creating situations where there is no situation. So
right.
Some people just like to hear themselves just be aggravated all the time. Me, I ain't got the type of energy. Like I just want to be calm, cool, relaxed, and at peace. When I come home, I already deal with shit enough at the job. I ain't got time to be trying to be disturbed in my peace when I get home.
I feel you.
So I don't like drama. So I try to communicate as much as possible because I'm a communicator. But if I feel like you're not allowing me to communicate or you try to shut shit down every time I try to say something, then that becomes an issue because it start bringing flashbacks of childhood memories of people always telling you to be quiet or could you shut up and stuff like that.
Hey, what? Pause for the cause. You go way back to childhood memory.
I'm just saying that can trigger some shit. Like
It can. It can
when
trigger some
you
shit.
when you like to communicate, but you're shut down every time you try to communicate, like it becomes okay, it becomes a situation now because you're making it a big situation because you're not allowing me to just say my piece and then be
Right.
done with it. You just feel like, oh, it should be done because I'm done with it. Like, no, that's not how this works.
Yeah.
No, it's not how it works. It don't. It
So I
don't.
don't think sometimes people don't want to be in that type of situation where they feel like they can't even express themselves. I gotta walk on eggshells when I'm trying to talk to you like about stuff like that's not healthy.
I can agree with that.
Okay.
So Talandi Desrocha said, as Black people, some of us tend to look at therapy or counseling as weakness. Do you feel like marriage counseling or just general therapy shows weakness or strength? I personally feel like it shows strength. I
I agree.
personally,
I
me
agree.
and me and James have been to marriage counseling and didn't even need it. However, when we went to the counseling, because in the military, let me just make sure I clear this shit up. You know, they always had marriage counseling, like marriage. What was it called, babe?
Retreat.
Marriage retreat.
Retreat.
They always
Retreats.
had
Right.
retreat, and every time they had a retreat, we would sign up. He didn't even have to ask me. He already knew I would be game for it. And you know, sometimes you actually come out of that going in, okay, saying, okay, well, nothing's wrong in our marriage. However, you'll be surprised at what you come out with because you actually see your spouse or your significant other in a different aspect. And like Joan said earlier, the person you may have fell in love with in the beginning of your relationship, this person has changed over the years. So it's
Mhm.
like
Hmm.
this is a way for you to have like a checkup on your relationship, you know, for you to check the person that your spouse is now. Excuse me.
God
Bless you.
bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
God bless
So
you.
that they can check who they are to you. So I feel like therapy is healthy no matter if you on bad terms or good terms. To me, I feel like when you get ahead of the game, you're more
Mhm.
better off.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel like the issue with a lot of relationships is instead of the relationship and the the two people growing together, some one person grows and the other person try to stay in the past. And so it becomes an
Mm.
issue because now they're conflicting with this person who's grown to something else and this person who's trying to stay where they are. So they grow apart eventually because of that fact.
Well, you got to understand, as Black people, we were always taught, especially Black men, we were always taught to deal with it, no matter what. Deal with your situation, deal
Correct.
with your issues.
Yeah.
You're the man. Be the
Oh,
strong Black man in your household and figure it
Oh.
out. Whether
Mhm.
so, I mean, think about it. When I grew up in a household, my mother and father was there, and my dad never did. I don't think he ever seek counseling. But I've seen my dad fall to his knees, you know what I mean, and start crying for certain situations. And I was his counselor at that time, as I was like, what, 13 years old, trying to console
Dang.
him. So at the end of the day, it is a weakness for us. I think it's generational. If you raise your kids that way, they don't see you in that type of light, and you know, and you don't communicate with them the right way, and to kind of mentor them, and so they can understand what you're going through. It's gonna go from generation to generation, and it's not gonna change unless you start opening up to your kids.
but I think it's black culture in general because it's not just black man who's
Right.
told to just deal with situations and move on and keep it pushing. Because
Yeah.
black women go through that every day, all day.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Like,
Right.
so we're told, oh, she's strong, she good, she'll be all right. Like, but
Right.
when you express yourself, you the angry black woman. No, I'm
Yes.
just telling you what it is. Like,
Yep.
Right.
we was taught if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So if I'm standing up for myself, now I got to be the angry person versus just expressing how I feel like
Yeah.
other people do. So I think
Right.
a
Right.
lot of just the black culture in general would look at it like, okay, well, we don't go tell it, but we was always told keep your business in the house. What goes on in the house stays in the house, and it shouldn't be that way. Like when you if you keep stuff hidden, you can never heal it.
True.
Mm.
So I am have Baxter said, have you found yourself jealous of your spouse's success? Not saying y'all, but just in general, like when the one spouse is more successful than the other person, do you get jealous of that?
No.
Okay, Jones want to speak on it. Jones want to speak on it.
That's some whole shit.
Yeah.
Like
It
come
makes
on,
me
man.
just want to be.
How the fuck? Then I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry.
No, go Jones.
Go ahead, Ashley.
Okay. Go ahead, Ashley. You want to go?
No, you can go ahead. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
Now you good. You ain't gotta apologize. Listen, my bad. I don't understand how the fuck can you be with somebody or even have like just relationships with people and not champion their success.
Hello.
I
I'm
know
saying?
it
Like,
makes. Yeah.
even in regular relationships, like I've heard people call me and be like, "Yo, bro, she this nigga got new Benz. Well, congratulate him."
Yeah.
What?
I know.
Like, what are you talking about? Why would you not want to surround yourself with people who are constantly elevated?
Hello.
Right. It makes. I want to be just as
Knock it off.
successful as my partner.
Yes.
Exactly.
I am Haven Baxter. If you know somebody like that jealous of your success, delete them motherfuckers out of everything.
I know that's right.
That's right.
No.
Especially your life.
Yes.
But what if it's their husband or their spouse? They can't just delete them.
No.
Hey, listen.
We need to have a conversation.
We got to talk because what are your shortcomings? What are you insecure about?
Yes.
When you don't want to see me progress? That's one
what it boils down to.
That made my wife attractive to me is because she was goal oriented and she's never in neutral. And I look at that and that gets me even more amped up to keep pushing forward. And I'm kind of a self-starter anyway, but to be with somebody who's, iron is sharpening iron, how can you fucking lose?
Yes.
Right.
You can't lose.
Because ultimately the one person's success is our success.
Our success, yeah. Exactly.
So,
like I said before, a business deal, what you coming to the table with? What are your goals? What are your goals? Don't worry about mine. What are your goals? And what are you doing?
Correct.
You know what I mean? It's a shame because that's envy. And how we look at each other's success is like, oh, he think he the shit or she thinks she the shit. No, I am the shit. No, I am.
Period.
Yes, I am.
And you should be happy that you with somebody that is the shit.
We just can't celebrate it, but it's a shame that that's how we look at each other's success. Is like, oh, this person, you think you above us. No, I don't. I worked hard for this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did. You can do it too. You want me to help you? But support each other like that. It's sad. It's horrible.
And think about this
relationship, that's even sickening. You could be laying down with somebody every single day that is envy of you. Like what?
Yes. Think about it. Think about that. Like not just in a marriage, but like just in a relationship period. You have those friendships.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do. Like that shit really happens. And it's sad. It's sad to kind of like laugh at somebody's failures because you always wanted to see them fail.
Mm-hmm.
I done experienced that shit too, like for real. And it's not cool.
Shit. You have a friendship thinking that it's a friend, but really they your worst enemy. I'd rather deal with an enemy knowing that they not rooting for me versus dealing with somebody who undercover just waiting for me to fail.
Yeah.
Like,
because you know what to expect. You know what to expect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Haven Baxter said, how was your parents' relationship? How has your parents' relationship influenced your own?
It hasn't.
Mine has, because I saw my father come home every day, kiss my mother. She would cook. So as a kid, you watch that and you like, especially as a young young black male, you watch that and you think that, you know what, that's what right looks like to me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I saw him be the provider. I saw him take care of, you know, everything in the household, from cutting the grass to the trash until I was old enough to do it, to paying all the bills, working. And then my mom started work.
His mom started what?
And then she still will come home and cook. And, you know, we would have to.
No.
Did y'all hear me? That's the last thing you heard me.
No. No.
Last thing we heard was your dad came to kiss your mom on the
What?
cheek and something.
You turned into a robot.
Yeah,
That's it?
you look like a heroin addict for about 30 seconds.
I am not going back to that.
A heroin
So at the end of the day, I'll break this down. At the end of the day, because that's what I saw, that's what I thought right was for me. So I think it has a major effect on how you kind of grow up and certain things that you see. And even so, Tamisha's saying that, she still had, you know, certain people in her family that have been together for years, you know, and you can look at them as an example and say, okay, well, I kind of see their relationship. I'm not sure if that's what they want me to see, but at the end of the day, I kind of see the way they've been together and how they've been together all these years. And I've seen that when I first came into y'all family. And I used to tell Steph that all the time. I like the way this relationship is in your family. You know what I'm saying? Including, you know, head of household at the time, when she's no longer with us, and how she did and what she did to take care of her husband.
I know. Grandma was
Go ahead.
Grandma was an OG.
Yeah. 65 years. Woo.
Yes, Grandma was an OG, honey. That was, to me, by far, that was like the ultimate example of a relationship, minus the relationship I saw with my aunts and their husbands and stuff like that. But as far as my own relationship with my mom and my father, I can also agree with Tamitra. No, that's not what I saw. And I just made a decision early on in life that, you know what, things are going to be different for me. I'm going to demand more. I'm going to expect more, and I'm not going to settle. I'm going to get what I want.
Oh, okay. Just what I said.
That's right.
What you said, sis?
Nobody really doesn't want to settle. Let's be realistic.
No. Yeah, nobody wants to settle. Why should you?
I'm not settling.
Shay Banks said it happens. My ex looked at me as an opponent, not his partner.
He gotta go.
That's
That's why he's
That's
ex.
I got it. Bathroom. I'll be back.
You gotta use the bathroom. You could have just left.
You gotta take a bathroom break
and make an announcement.
And then I am just Nene. And I am just Nene said, when I was in the Navy and my ex-husband was in also, I put E5 before him, and you would have thought somebody died. They worked in two different fields, and she looked at him like, really?
Wow.
I seen that happen to a couple too in the Army, where it's like, I don't understand that how you
don't support your spouse? Like, you know what I'm saying? How don't you do that? How don't you do that?
Either.
There was something underlying this whole time. I'm sorry. That should come out of nowhere. I just think it was something that was always there. Every
time James made rank, I was the one he wanted to pin that rank on him. Nobody else. Because he said, I'm the one that's been there when nobody else has. So he made it a point. If I couldn't be there, y'all got to reschedule.
Yeah. I wanted to go back to the question about examples and seeing if like your parents' relationships kind of motivated your relationships. Not mine, because all the relationships that I saw around me, were like dysfunctional. And I grew up in the projects in Brooklyn, so either the father wasn't there. Like out of all of my friends, it was only one of us that had a 2-parent household, and his father was, dealing with substance abuse demons. So as crazy as it sounds, my example was the Cosby Show. Like my wife laughed at me when we moved
Yes,
to when we moved to Connecticut and our home had stairs. I was like, yo, I fucking made it. She was like,
I
what are you talking
know.
about? I was
I
like, the
know.
Cosby Show in Brooklyn Heights, the fucking house had stairs. And ever since
Yes,
I seen that fucking show, I wanted a house with stairs. And you know what? If I don't do shit else, I just fucking made it because of that
yes,
show. So
yes.
that's what did it for me.
That was a great example, the Cosby Show, of what black
Yeah,
families, as like what you saw success as. Because what
yeah,
Cliff was a doctor, the wife was a lawyer, Claire was
yeah.
a lawyer, the kids all going to college. You had one free spirited child, but at the same time, everybody was
Everybody
successful.
does.
Yes, that is so true. I mean, watching it just made me think like I'm going to college and I'm going to be part of sorority. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. All from that show. It's so true.
Yep.
Yes, all from that
Different
show.
world, the Cosby Show, the different world. What else was? Oh, well, you got a Fresh Prince because that was good too. I
Yeah,
mean, he was the mom, the single mom, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
but that was still a good show. Very, you know, influencing. I would say.
I totally feel you on that. I totally feel you on that.
So I
Face, you said my father took care of my mom until he passed away, and they hadn't been even married for years.
Wow, they
They
hadn't been
hadn't been
married.
what?
They
Married
had.
for years.
I
Wow.
be telling you that, James, like your dad and your mom, like your mom always said, no matter what, if something was going on with your father, she gonna be there regardless, because she said he is the father of her children, and she would take care of him regardless, no matter what.
Mm.
That's a real ride or die.
That's a real ride or die, okay? I am Haven Baxter said, when was the last time you misunderstood your partner, and how do you feel about it now?
The other day.
Tanisha, wake up. Wake up.
partner.
Okay, gonna explain.
So well shit, man. It was something simple like me not understanding why she didn't want me to post something on social media. And I had to kind of put myself in her shoes. And a rule that I try to live by is to seek first to understand and then be understood. Because if you go into it like, well, this is how the fuck I feel, you're going in there losing already, being selfish because you're not receptive of how the other person feels. And if you're in a relationship that you want to flourish, you have to value the other person's feelings
Yeah,
because it's not
Correct.
all about you, and
yeah,
vice
Correct.
versa. But that
right.
shit happened like Wednesday.
He said that shit happened like Wednesday.
So did she not want you to be on this show, or she's just speaking
No,
about social
this
media?
shit,
Period.
she knew this shit was gonna be lit. Um, it was something in the context in which I posted something where it could be left for the wrong interpretation. And I
Okay.
was like, I ain't mean that shit like that. She was like, but stupid. What if somebody else read it? And then it's like, and I'm like, you know what? You're right.
Oh,
Fuck
you're
it.
right.
You got that. You want some meat? And
What
that
if
shit was over.
His wife is my girl, so I
Eric,
know.
That shit happened just like that.
He said on
Erica G, man.
Wednesday.
Dropping names.
Erica G.
Yeah,
She is.
yeah. Me too. We a
He's talking
G.
about.
I know, but she
Okay,
can stand toe to toe with you, big guy.
so when we were talking about earlier about communication in relationships and how to keep that open, what are some things y'all think that are maybe some tips to keeping it open?
What are some
got
things?
it.
What you?
What are some tips to keeping the relationship communication open? Because communication is the key. If you don't have that, it's kind of hard to have a serious relationship.
I feel like you should be willing to listen and be open minded about things that need to be discussed.
Facts.
No matter what.
Don't
Facts.
make it seem like the other person can express themselves. Like everybody wants to be heard.
Mhm.
Yes.
And even if you feel like you're done with the conversation, you still need to allow the other person to speak. Even if you half-ass listening, shit, make them feel like you listening to what the fuck they saying.
No. I disagree with that. Don't be half-ass listening to me. I need your
I
ass to
mean,
listen.
you don't want it. You don't want it that way, but shit, don't just disregard it. Period. Like I don't know.
I need you to be attentive. Yeah,
Yes,
not half. I need you to be
because
attentive. That's
I mean,
important.
during one of the marriage counseling sessions, marriage retreats that we went to,
Asia.
that was one thing that we really learned about was active listening. Okay, and some people are not. You know how you could be talking to your spouse, and I'm not saying this happened between me and James, but like they could be focused on like their phone and shit, but you be like, "Did you hear me?" And they be like, What you said?" Nah,
Asia.
be repeating what I say. So, I mean, are you really actively listening to me? And sometimes you have to give your person the floor. Okay, the floor is yours. You have my attention. I'm listening. Speak your truth. And
Yeah,
when you looking at people especially when you're giving them eye contact, to me, that's letting you know I hear you. I hear you. I feel you. Let me express how I feel. Um, James had posted, we in this marriage group called is it Raw and Real? We in this marriage group called Raw and Real, okay? And I be telling you like they be talking about some stuff, okay? They do.
Right?
And one of the things
Why you giving them
they
a shout out?
they had posted this illustration of like the husband was on his phone in the bed and he was just, getting it in on his social media. But the wife sitting on the other side of him, like, okay, well, you're not talking to me, you're not engaging with me. Like, that would make somebody feel some kind of way. So me and James just try to make sure that when we get in bed and once we start talking, it's all about me and him. It's not about what we see on social media. We laugh about a lot of shit on social media. We do. Because we find shit humorous. Especially, what's that little character you be laughing at all the time? The little Muppet that be killing people.
Oh, the green muffin. Reggie.
The
Reggie.
red. Um,
Asia.
I just really think like when you're trying, your partner's trying to talk to you, you really need to give them your undivided attention. What
Um,
y'all think about that?
adore your beauty. Say be honest.
That's true.
Never go to bed angry.
That's
Word.
hard.
That
That's
is
hard.
hard. I'm not gonna even
Yeah,
lie.
that's hard sometimes.
That's hard. Like if James toe touched me, I'd be like,
Really?
Really? It's just feet.
No, it's because she mad.
I'm
She
mad.
doing
So
that
like,
because she mad.
don't
Oh.
touch me. Like let me be in the moment and let me be mad. When he mad, I let him be mad. I stay on my side of the bed. I don't try to be cuddling up against him and shit. I be like, because he feeling some kind of way and don't nobody like respect. Let's just keep that on.
I
Yeah.
act like mama. I act like nothing ever happened. I be like,
Come
life.
in, no, Ashley.
I be like, life is too short. What's up? So yeah, like that.
And that situation
I get
still ain't get
over it real
resolved,
quick.
actually.
I get over it real quick. What you said, James?
Really? I saying the
I get over
situation is
it
still
real
not
quick.
resolved.
Well, we'll resolve it, but I'm not gonna go to bed angry, and I'm not gonna let him go to bed angry.
Shit, stuff is different. Well, I ain't going to sleep. Her ass gonna make she gonna make sure I talk.
I'm gonna make sure
We gonna talk this out. She gonna make sure I talk.
Adore
We
You
gotta talk
Beauty
this
said,
out.
don't sugarcoat anything.
You shouldn't. When it's with the person you love and you talk about, or you're spending the rest of your life with this person, why should you sugarcoat anything? Like, if anybody that I could be honest with is my husband.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Go ahead, Mr. Jones.
So I'm gonna piggyback off of what you said, Steph. So I think that if you love somebody or you know that they love you, no matter how they might say it, it's coming from a place of love. Now the delivery might be a little fucked up and it might be callous, but if you know that person loves you, you shouldn't take offense to how they saying it. That's first. And one thing that I kind of live by with communication in my relationship is that this how I put it into perspective. Women are emotional. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, what, 4, 5 women on here. Would y'all agree to that? Y'all are emotional creatures, yes?
And Tiff look like she's
I'm
asleep.
not.
Yeah.
No, that's
Tiff sleep.
For the
No.
for the most part, right? Would you all say that?
I would say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So
not
Yeah,
emotional.
but I'm tough.
and you
I'm not emotional.
y'all some
To me,
Damn.
you one of beauty, you one of a kind.
okay. So beauty ain't emotional. Got it. And most men are what we call, they say that we're rational, right? That we are thinkers as opposed to our emotions. So the breakthrough with my wife and I was like, listen, anytime I want to get how you feel about something, I'm gonna ask you, how do you feel about this? And she'll just get into her bag about what's really going on. And I say, if you want to get an honest feedback from me, don't ask me how I feel, because I don't feel shit. Like I don't feel like no, ask me what I think. So I recommend to all the people out there on the feed that if you ask your man what he thinks about something, you will get further in terms of communication. And fellas,
I agree.
if you're trying to get the critical feedback from your significant other, ask her how she feels. Because if you
Right.
do the opposite, y'all gonna be just running around in a circle for no reason.
Yes.
I totally agree with that.
Duly
Now, my
noted.
my sister says she's not emotional. I am emotional. When I get in my feelings, I'm in my feelings, okay? And you gonna know I'm in my feelings. I can't sleep without getting it out. I can't. And
Me either.
that don't even have to be a conversation like or a situation I'm going through with my husband. It could be shit that I'm dealing with at work. I have to express myself. I gotta get that shit out because if I don't, that leads to me having headaches and high blood pressure and the whole shebang. So I'm not somebody that be like, I'm not a stuffer. I'm not a stuffer at all. Your ass gonna know.
Yeah. I think that's important.
Mhm.
Life is important. I just put it like that.
You said
I said I think that's
what?
important to be able to communicate, when things happen, don't go to bed angry because life is too short. Say if something happens
Right. You can die in your sleep.
and
It's true.
you not wake up the next day. You know what I'm saying? Like I just learned from my experience, you got to find a way that works as far as talking it out, and not going to bed and angry, because you just never know. Every day is not promised to us. So that's what I kind of believe in. So it's important for me. I agree with you, Steph. Like I need to be able to talk it out. Like something wrong,
Okay.
I gotta get it
Did
off.
I miss? Did I?
I agree.
You said what to make?
No, I was just saying. I know because you went out. I was just saying that life is too short. So why would we want to go to bed angry? We got to find a space where we can either cool off and then come together and talk about it. But just going to bed and you just never know. And I'm pretty sure some of us have maybe lost friends and family. You just talked to me yesterday, and then the next day is like, damn, like
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think about those things all the time. Like, okay, I need to kind of check myself, not be in my feelings about whatever happened, and say, okay, you know what? Let's find a time that or a place that we can kind of talk about it before we kind of go to bed. You just never know.
Yeah, that's like walking out the house mad at your partner and then boom, a car accident.
Ooh.
Yep.
So
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Jones.
Sisters, check this shit out, right? I'm coming from. I'm smirking, but I'm serious. So that's Tiff down there, right, Tiffany?
No,
That's
that's
Ashley.
Ashley.
Ashley, I'm sorry, Ashley. So, because I couldn't see because of the feed. So, you just said to not leave the house angry. So,
Yes,
you never know what can happen.
correct.
I'm sorry if any Caucasian women are on this right now. I'm talking to. I'm sorry. I'm talking to black women.
Okay.
So, especially in these times, we as black men have to go out into the world super focused, like focused.
Mhm.
We got to be focused on how we driving, how we moving, who's around us.
Mhm.
If it's other black men that's trying to find a victim, if somebody trying to run
Mhm.
down on us, the police. So I would really recommend that if you guys are having issues before your man leaves the house, let him leave the house with a sense of peace and heightened
Mhm.
focus. Because it could be anything. Like if I leave the house and I'm a big black motherfucker, like that's a fact. If I
We know.
if I don't smile, I'm like
Yes.
looked at as a super threat. So I
Yes.
can't go out the
Yes.
house. Then I get pulled over by the police and the attitude I have with my wife. I got an attitude with the fucking cop, and then we got a dead cop. So
right, that's
Not a
why I
dead
said don't
cop,
let your
but
partner walk
we
out
don't
the
want
house
Did
that.
y'all
mad.
hear what he said?
yeah,
Not
he
a
said a
dead black
dead cop.
man, a dead cop.
He said a dead cop.
That's
I'm
what I
dead.
said.
I'm dead.
Don't let your partner walk out the house mad.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
let them leave focus, and fellas too. Let you try to let them leave focused because they're not exempt from the shit that's happening either. So
No,
Exactly.
we're
we
not.
gotta all kind of keep each other accountable. All right, they about to leave, they about to drive, they about to go out to the store.
I love
Just,
you, babe.
just
Let's
come
just
back
talk
home.
about it later.
You know what I'm saying? And if a lady feeling freaky, she might not go on her knees. So let her lay down and hook you up before you leave the house. So you can be relaxed, bro. You know what
He
I'm
said so
saying?
you can relax.
You know what I'm saying? You feel me, bro? Just
I
saying.
feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I so feel
Okay,
you, bro.
so what about when the black man has other stress factors in his life and he comes home and take it out on his significant other? How does that work?
That's a whole move too. That's a whole move too. I'm just gonna say it.
I don't know nothing about that one. Hey,
What?
I don't know anything about that one.
I don't
Oh,
know.
she don't know what the question was. The question was your husband or your significant other, they're stressed out. It can be work, it can
Right.
be family, it can be any number of things that's got them angry, but they bottle it all up. So when they come home, you can say something so small and they take that shit
It,
out on you for no
it triggers
reason
them.
when you really didn't even do nothing. You just triggered whatever other factors was going on in their life that they now have decided, okay, well, shit, I'm gonna take it out on this person. How does
Um,
that work?
I can speak from experience because I've
Mm.
been that guy sometimes, and I've had to check myself. And I'm not a lot abusive, like I'm knock the shit out of my wife or nothing like that.
No,
But I might be
he's
like,
not.
"What?" I'll be like what? And she'll be like, "Hold up, motherfucker! I just asked you, did you check your mailbox?" And I gotta reel myself back in and be like, "Yo, it has nothing to do with her. Just explain to her why you might have a fucked up disposition at this moment and allow her to did some shit just walk behind me?
No, you good.
and allow her to let you relax or decompress. She just scared the shit out of me. Oh shit. Hey.
Oh.
What?
No, the sister on the right, the right next to me, when she popped back up, it looked like somebody.
Jamaica.
Oh,
because she walked in the background in her own house.
Yeah, but the color scheme is the same. Oh man.
But it's on her own house.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm just saying, like, home ownership, whoop whoop.
Yeah.
You just, I mean, if he does that, give him time. Be like, you know what? I'm gonna give you a second because obviously you got some shit on your mind. You know, yeah, I've had to check myself and be like, I'm tripping, and let her know why I feel like that.
Well, hopefully it's not getting abusive either.
What if you say, "Oh, well, baby, when I get home today, remind me this and this and this and this because I got to do this." And so when you walk in the door, she's like, "Baby, don't forget." And then you mad, you just what? What the fuck? Blah 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 blah. Like, how does that work? I'm doing something you asked me to do. Like,
I think it's situational awareness. I try not to slap my wife because my wife comes home in the morning. She works evening. She's in the medical field.
Try not to slap his wife.
Yeah, I try not to get. Hold on, figuratively now. Don't get the chopper or street sweeper. What I'm saying is I try not to like just throw stuff at her as soon as she come in the door. I like to let her just come in. Hey, you got a second?
And decompress.
Good. All right, cool. Remember, you said to remind you. Just let them come in because nobody want to just get rattled with information as soon as they walk in. But that's just situational, and you can hear it in your significant other's tone on the phone if they just ain't had a good one, and you might need to give them a second.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's if y'all talk before I get home.
Well, no, because I'm gonna tell you a couple times a day, James will text me and he'll be like, "Everything okay? Are you all right? I'm just checking in on you, okay?" Because he know how toxic it is in my place of employment, okay? So he just be checking on me to make sure I'm good because I be having moments sometimes. I be having episodes where I might want to just snap. Hello. Snap is like for real.
But I don't know. Sometimes when you've been married for so long, it's like you know each other's thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So it's like when I do it at the right time where she needed to see that.
Yes,
and vice versa with me. So it's like I can when she come home, I know if she's aggravated. Okay, what happened? What's up? What's going on? You know what I mean? And like Demetra said, I've already pretty much had the conversation with her during her lunch break or either through a text message on what's going on with her, whether it's her employment, whether it's with our kids, because they get on our nerves sometimes too. But at the end of the day, we pretty much can read each other. She can read me. When I'm upset about something and I come home and vent about these students, and then kind of go from there. But I think that situation with her, it may be. Hopefully, it's not abusive. What this girl is talking about on here. To the point where he's coming home and he's mentally abusing her, verbally. Because that's just as bad as physical, if not worse. So. When somebody's that aggressive like that, I agree with you, Jay. Just maybe give them a moment.
Mm-hmm.
You need a moment, and then I'll come back and we'll revisit this at a later time. I don't know. Then kind of go from there.
You gotta slide into that. Now, I am having back that the key is don't talk negative about your spouse to other people. I totally can agree with that. Because all it takes is for one incident where the family, you have like just bashed them. They will never, ever forget that shit. They ain't gonna get over that shit. They're gonna forever hold that over their head. So that's one reason why I just don't involve my peeps. And stuff that's dealing with me and my husband and it's personal between us, that's between me and him. Now, because I know how my family is. They're gonna take my side. I'm sorry.
All day.
Yeah, mother-in-law gonna be like, what he did?
My mama ain't gonna be talking about Steph, you was wrong. I could be dead ass wrong, and I already know my mama is gonna still be like, nah, James needs to get that shit together, honey.
Oh man.
My sisters, they know that. That's just how she is. What you gonna say, John?
I'm the opposite, and I don't want to say negative, but if my wife and I have a disagreement or we at the fork in the road about something, I have two married people that I call, married dudes that's going to give it to me and keep it a stack, and one of them is your husband, because he's been there, and I'm trying to get to year 8 to get to year 26. So
I feel you.
A marriage counselor might not be at my disposal at a text message or a phone call. And I might need to hear from somebody that I trust. It's not no yassa boss ass dude that's gonna be like, yeah, fam, you right, you the man, right? Fuck that. Blah, nah. I need to hear from somebody who's been there, that has positive influence and can pour into my marriage. And those are the only people that I might seek counsel from for specific things, not negative, but just if I'm kind of fuzzy on something, I'm gonna reach out to them and be like, hey, this is it. And they're not biased. They'll be like, yo, yeah, Jay, you kind of fucked up. You need to like think about how you said or did that. And then I'll be like, all right, cool, bet. And I'll tell her like, yo, I spoke to so-and-so and he was like, yo, she be like, what they said, you fucked up, right? And I'll be like, yeah, they did say I fucked up. And I can see where you're coming from now. So it be like that sometimes.
I'm dead. All things Jasmine said, beauty looked like she tired of hearing about y'all married. That's not the case. I'm just listening.
Pause for the cause.
What? You listening, talking about y'all marriage.
Pause for the call.
A pause for the cause.
Steph gone?
Michi not like that, y'all. She not a
Stephanie.
hater. She not a hater, right, sis?
I'm just listening.
Yes.
I'm actively listening.
Okay, actively, because
That's Jasmine.
I'm gonna be honest, that takes a lot of skill to do because everybody don't actively listen, okay? So Shayla said, this is off topic. Just got a text saying I have a parcel that is to be delivered. Click the link for instruction if anybody gets a text like this. Don't click this. High traffickers get your location to abduct you.
Come get shot.
I'm not trying to be abducted.
Nah, they about to get that heat. About to get that heat, boy.
Period.
James, tell them what happened to you the other day. That really bothered you. The fact that you posted that on Facebook, I could tell that really, really bothered you.
What happened?
Okay. Well, I like to, when I go eat, grab something to eat. There's an area near our home. I like to just sit in my car, especially because of COVID. Sit in my car and eat. And, I'm minding my business, surfing the internet on my cell phone. And this dude drives by in like a blue car, and he's looking, because I got tents on my side, so he's looking directly to the front, the windshield part, and he's like staring at my car, driving real slow. So I'm looking back at him, we make eye contact. I'm looking at him, he looking at me. Then he goes around me, and then he turns around and comes back again, does a loop. Then he parks behind me and gets out with his baby, and it's kind of odd. So I was like, what is this guy doing? So I'm watching him through my side mirrors and my rearview mirror to see, to make sure he doesn't do nothing stupid and I have to do something. So at the end of the day, he gets out, he pulls his baby out the car seat, and he's just standing there. Like, that's kind of odd. Nobody would do that. So he gets in his car, He leaves about 2 minutes later. 5-0 did the same thing. Police came, rode around me, went behind me, backed out, and then just kind of drove off. But it took a while for him to back out, as if I was doing something. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of was strange to me, and I didn't like the situation. I didn't like the feeling.
He probably
but I
ran
looked at
your
him.
tag to see that you lived in that area.
Maybe they thought you was a suspicious car sitting on the side.
They can suspicious
Right.
these nuts. They ain't think that bullshit. They just wanted to be bothering somebody.
I mean, the cop never said anything to me, but it was just the whole situation was odd. First of all, you're going to get out your car. The guy that got out his car with his baby, I mean, like a newborn baby, and stand there as if he was just minding his business. He was Caucasian.
You ain't minding your business if ain't nothing over here for you to mind. So
that's my point.
Behind my car is not your business. Clearly, you ain't minding the business that pay you.
Right.
That'd be a reason why the cops came.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I thought the situation was odd and it kind of pissed me off, but nothing happened, so I was good. Mm-hmm. So it goes back to what Jay's talking about, man. We gotta be careful out here in these streets. I don't go past the speed limit too much. If I do, I go 5 over. You know what I'm saying? I mind my business. You know.
I can't say the same.
You don't
I
mind
be on 100 trying to get to work.
We know. Because it's sad, but people are still out here profiling people. Did y'all see that thing that happened on that video that went viral on Instagram the other day about the guy that got shot like 7 times in the back when he was getting in his car, and he was just trying to diffuse a domestic violence issue? Like the police is like off the chain. Let's just call it what it is. They are all
the news down here.
Yeah, but how they gave water, kudos up, and gave water to the little 17-year-old who came and shot 3 people. Come on.
I know.
Who does that?
I'm telling you, we are living in a weird ass world right about now. Do you hear me? A weird world.
No, we ain't living in the weird world. It's always been this way. It's just televised now.
Oh yeah, because
they
fucked up when they let us have cameras on the phone.
Right.
Shit, phones, period.
Hello.
All we had was a beeper. Beep, beep. Trying to find a payphone to call somebody.
I know, right?
You're right.
So jacked up. So Tameka had a question, okay? And this is something me and her done talked about before. About if you're on a date with a guy and he pulls out a Groupon, do you think he's cheap? He's being resourceful? Or he's gonna save some money? How you feel about that, y'all?
I think he being out of fucking line. Like, first off, if you're trying to impress me and we going on a date, we should not be going anywhere where you're able to even pull up a Groupon.
I think he's being resourceful because
I think
you would say that too.
He can save for other stuff that we can do.
I think first of all,
I feel like if you're trying to impress me, it's one thing being resourceful. I understand that, but we ain't even on that level yet. We ain't on that level. We just on the first date. So if we on the first date and your intentions is to impress me, we shouldn't even be going to a restaurant where you would have to where you're able to even pull up a Groupon.
It was restaurant week.
Well,
no, ma'am.
See, first of all, I think he messed up because you wouldn't even knew I pulled out that Groupon. I would have went and paid for it.
Well,
that's what I would have did.
The mistake was I caught it. So now what?
Why should it even matter?
What you mean? Why should it matter?
The way it doesn't matter.
Some people are just couponers.
Really? Listen, be a couponer on our 5th date, not on the first date.
No, be discreet though. I'm saying that. If that's me, just be discreet. But don't let
Right.
me find out. Like I'm going to
But
see.
but the thing is, we found out. We found out, and this is not what it is. This ain't the
It's
play,
good to
and you ain't
it's
getting no ass later on, especially not with no fucking coupon.
okay. Well, what about later on down the line when once
I
y'all
just
become?
said if it's the
He
fifth
said after
date, okay.
5.
Oh,
I feel like when I think of Groupons and stuff like that, I think of restaurants like Piccadilly's, which is old, um, Cracker Barrel
So
or
all you can
Golden
eat.
Corral,
Boss.
or I even
So
understand that TGI Fridays and Applebee's and Chili's, they be having like little specials. I understand that. Okay, I'm down for the cause. When we done got to know each other. Okay, we ain't got to be all hyped up down the line, but shit, if you're trying to get my attention and you're trying to impress a person, the Groupon ain't gonna work.
So to
What if
get your
it's
attention is
Groupon.
spending a lot of money
Absolutely
off
not.
the bat.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say you had to spend a lot of money. But what I'm saying is
But
that's not gonna impress me if I found out that you using a fucking Groupon on a date.
okay, so Sis, here's the thing: you at the table, and he's talking about some. The waitress come over, and she's like, "Oh, well, here's the bill." She come back like, "Okay, is this check is okay to take?" He said, "Oh, I got a Groupon." You gonna tell me you
Mm-mm.
gonna look at that nigga sideways?
Yep.
I'm all
I'm
the
be
way
like, really?
sideways. Like,
What you gonna do, Jamaica?
huh?
What you gonna do?
Afterwards,
No, what you gonna do when he pull out his Groupon?
I'm just sitting back probably laughing like, what the fuck? I don't even know. We talking something. You gotta pull it up. So you gotta pull it up, or you gotta scan that. Like all that. No, I don't know.
Was it embarrassing?
It's like, yo, this is
I'm
funny as
saying?
hell. That's like
I
somebody.
think
That's somebody pulling out a check. How much is the bill? Okay, so I'm gonna write. Huh?
looks can be deceiving. What if he just doing that just to
yes,
see
Yeah, like
what
a
type of
test.
woman you are? Like,
Yeah.
yes.
Fuck that. I know what type of woman I am. I don't have to prove
that's
nothing to
like,
you.
He
wait,
wanna know
hold
what
on.
type of
You
That's
woman you
like,
are.
wait, I'm
don't
sorry.
have to
Can I
prove it
say
to
something?
him.
Okay,
That's
here's the
like,
thing. Okay, wait a minute. Here's my response to this. The 50-year-old man ain't gonna pull out Groupon. So sorry.
Hello.
yes,
Pull
he
out his
would.
phone.
I got a 50-something year
Wait,
old
wait,
man. Okay.
wait a minute. Not
Let's
all of them.
let's be
Not all of them. No, no. When you got the old, listen, if you think about this, a lot of our parents, right,
clear.
are not into electronics and all their money moving around. They all about check to the bank account and hold deposit it. They not all about the electronic stuff. So some of these old heads out here, no, they ain't not. First of all, they not cash apping. They not Zelle, Venmo, none of
Mm-mm,
that. They gonna
mm-mm.
give you cash in your hand or probably send you a check. So at
Yeah.
the end of the day, he ain't worried about a Groupon. That man I'm talking about, he ain't worried about that. But for the youngsters, I think it's funny as hell. I think that's really funny. You gonna
Well,
pull
I
So
don't know, cause see,
say,
my
scan
people,
that.
he own a restaurant. He have those type of deals where people give them coupons and stuff like that. He has those type of deals, so he knows all about it.
That's different.
It's
We
different.
not talking
So,
about your special
It's different.
situation. We
Because
talking about in general.
we got the
dang,
old
my
men,
Dang,
special.
the
special.
older guys, older men
Hold
that are
on,
not
hold on,
Looks
hold
can
on,
be
Man.
other
deceiving.
stuff.
That's
They're not
like a
gonna
hold
man
on.
riding
Don't
by
roll my
you.
hand like this.
That's like a
no,
successful man
but
riding by you in
The
a
men
two-door
wanna say
Honda Civic,
something.
a 2003, but you think he's smiling at you and he in a 2003 Honda Civic trying to get your attention. I'm just saying. But later on down the line, you find out that he's a very successful man and he really drive like Bentleys and Rolls
I'm not
Royces.
into cars.
Like, looks can be deceiving. I'm just
I'm not
saying.
into cars.
I'm not either. I'm
But
not either.
I would talk to him, and I'm all about the conversation. You got to show me. I got a whole
Exactly.
trust me. I could talk to the guy
okay,
that you
okay,
walk to the
okay.
car, and he have a squatter. I'm all for that because I know if I talk to him on the phone, he may talk about business deals. He may be able to teach me about finance, all those type of things. So I'm not shutting off that man because of that. Absolutely not. But I'm saying as far as the Groupon thing, oh, that's funny as hell. I'm gonna laugh the shit out of that shit. Absolutely.
I don't
Listen,
know. I
Let's
think I'm with you, Tip. I think it's
in the beginning.
resourceful.
okay.
Yeah.
Resourceful.
Joe,
Let's see what
Saving
let's see what the men got to
saving
let's
money.
see what the men got to say. Let's see what the men got to say. Go ahead,
Jay,
man.
It's almost
you
not
go
the church
first, Jay.
finger, Ashley.
Jay, you want me to go
What?
first? You want me to go first? You good? Okay.
Wait, I'm sorry. What's the
All right,
church
let me.
finger?
We're
That's
talking about
gonna go like
James.
this.
Yes, that's for it.
Oh
We
Go
listening,
shit.
ahead.
James.
I want to
All
hear.
right. All right. So, okay, Groupon. All right, got it. Okay, so I hear a little bit of both sides, right? So, Tiff, yes, I agree. Resourceful. Tamika, I agree. Kind of a turnoff, so to speak, is what you're saying, or kind of cheap, or you said it's funny as hell. But at the end of the day, I mean, what are we really here for when it comes to the dating game, right? So he is trying to impress you to a certain point, but I just don't think he needs to write. Let's say he never told you about that. He
Yeah.
just went up there and he paid for it, and it's not an issue. But then he may have something that he's saving for. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? He may be trying to save for a house. He may be trying to save to buy a car. He may be trying to save to buy you a house or a car. Or something like
But you're
that.
not going to know that on the first. I said for a first date, it's a difference. Okay, so
Right.
you're telling me that on a first date, if a man pulls out this whole Groupon to go scan, you don't think something? You don't think that's kind of like?
I think that's
In,
weird.
in today's society, I don't think
I
anything
don't
is
know.
weird with these kids right nowadays. For
Listen.
your,
What did
for,
you say?
for
You
our
think, Steph?
for our generation,
I,
yes,
I
it's
think
weird.
I think in today's time, pulling out a Groupon on the first date, I would be looking at you like a little sideways, like for real. I'm not gonna lie. Now I could say after we done got like Tamisha said, date 4, date 5. Yeah, you pull out a Groupon. You want to save some money? Most definitely, because
Yes,
guess
it's
what?
different.
We done discussed this. You know, we done had these conversations.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
what difference
But,
does it make
okay,
first date or fifth date?
but
What difference does
Listen,
it
it
make?
the
doesn't.
girl said if you can't afford the full price of a date, you shouldn't be on one.
It does make a
Period.
Thank you.
Yo,
But
y'all
what if they
tripping, man.
can't afford it?
Well, then why you pulling out the Groupon?
Jasmine talking about she think it's fine.
To save
Jasmine said I think
$1,000.
it's fine.
What's
I'm
wrong with
experienced.
saving
Younger.
$1,000?
There you
There's
go.
That's
it's
how
a
There you
people,
go.
different generation. So you got to
Jasmine, I ain't gonna go in on you. I'm gonna let you have that one, okay?
Yeah, you better, yeah, leave my daughter alone. That's your generation. That's just generation.
I agree, Jazz.
The younger,
too.
yes, I can see them saying that's okay
But
and
not
kind of
But
funny.
not
For me, I feel like yes, you have to be discreet. I think that's a little bit like
Yes.
while we
So-
out.
So what happens once they pull out this Groupon?
I'll tell
You're
you.
gonna just walk
Yeah.
out.
I'm curious of what happens in the
I'll tell
situation.
you.
What's your,
Okay,
what's
go ahead.
happening?
You
Go
just
ahead,
gonna
John.
walk out on the date?
I don't think they're gonna walk out. I have two statements to make.
Okay.
The first statement is to James. You said, what are they going to do? They're going to either remove themselves and go to the bathroom and start texting 5 other women just like on here. Like, would you believe this nigga pulled out a
A
Groupon?
fucking Groupon.
And she going to be like, girl, bye. She like, that nigga tried it. That nigga really tried it.
That's
And
right.
you going to be sitting your ass there on the phone like, yeah, you know, I think, we finna go back to the house and shit. I just get,
Nah,
we just
nigga,
went to
none of
Hibachi. And you know what? You're going to get that fucking 2 exits later yawn.
I'm tired.
But here's my other statement. So I believe that is it Tanika?
Tamika.
Tamika, not Tamika. Beauty.
Oh,
Okay, beauty.
Okay. She
Tanisha.
said Demetrius.
It's beauty on here. Hello and goodbye.
Beauty on here, hello and goodbye. So Beauty on here, hello and goodbye said that don't think you getting no ass, right? When you pull out no Groupon. So to play devil's advocate, if y'all go to Benny Hanna's or Peter Luger's, he need to be getting some Peter Luger pussy when y'all leave.
Not necessarily.
Don't get Peter Luger's or Ruth Chris and give
That's
up
money.
no pussy.
I
That's
think
money.
y'all
That's
caught
what
that
I'm
in
saying.
yourself.
Ruth Chris is
No.
money. Yeah, you gonna pay.
Hey, listen. Don't give no Groupons. Don't give no Groupon ass after you done ate this porterhouse.
And either in this porterhouse.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, I'm dead.
Oh, y'all don't
Oh,
know.
okay, since you got on Groupon.
Oh my God.
Jones done fell off the
Listen.
car.
Slightly Sweet 3 said this younger generation. She says she is a millennium and she do not agree, so don't put her in that category.
Girl. I just think it's funny. Like,
Jasmine said
She
she
said, "Do not pay for my date with a Groupon. I will excuse myself to the bathroom and climb out the window."
Dang, but I'm just trying to figure out what's wrong with a little coupon on the first
I
date.
know.
Dang.
oh my God.
I've never experienced it. I'm just saying, like, really, what's wrong with it?
I am Haven Baxter said to find a Groupon for a date, you have to put in effort.
Listen, and I don't know. Have y'all ever used a Groupon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way to be discreet.
It's
Because
sure
wherever you go, they're gonna go. Oh, so you using Groupon, nigga?
Nah, man, you can go up to the receptionist and pay for it. She won't know. She's still
You gotta scan it. You gotta scan it before you sit down.
That's right.
Even if you go get couples massages, they'll be like, "Oh, so you're here for the Groupon."
I keep saying
Jasmine said there's a Groupon for everything.
it sure is. It sure
I need to start Grouponing because I'm into the saving.
I Groupon. Tameka turned me on to it, girl.
But y'all pass first dates though.
Huh?
What?
Y'all they're past first dates. Not
To
Groupon.
me, it's okay
Stephanie.
after the first date. On the first date.
I think it looks a little distasteful for you to be like trying to budget shop on somebody.
Exactly. Especially when you asked me out. Like,
think about it. Okay, so
like I said, can we go here? You taking me somewhere, and then you ask me out, and you telling me something. You finna use a Groupon?
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like you meet somebody on the first time, right? You already had all these conversations. I exchange words and message and on the phone 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, whatever it is. And then you go on a date and you gonna pull out this Groupon? Like, come on. Like, come on,
What
dude.
if it's a place you want to go?
Come
Hey,
on.
but
what thing is,
what if you feeling them? And that's the only niche he has on his record. So
I got something.
but
Jen.
Okay.
but my thing is, if you ask me and you're the one selecting the restaurant, why select the restaurant that you have to have a Groupon?
Shouldn't be using it. Well, you should be on the
Like
date.
I said, looks can be
I don't hear nothing.
Demetrius.
What?
I don't hear nothing.
Hold on now.
Let us speak. Go ahead, bro.
I think transparency is key too, because you can just keep it a stack and be like, hey, this is what I plan for us to do when we go out on, It's a full day plan. We're gonna go here. Hey, I'm gonna keep it real with you. We're gonna be all day. We're gonna go to dinner here at Roof Chris, but we finna go get these couple massage. I'm gonna use a Groupon. Is there an issue?
Right.
I think that more women would be willing to listen to that as you're supposed to be like, yo, my man. And you're trying to get them to scan it on the low. I think a woman might think, well, what the fuck else is you trying to hide if you can't tell me you use the fucking Groupon?
Some people might like that. Ooh, he a saver.
He is dead.
What is he? A pastor? When you say saver, is he like a saver of souls?
No, a saver.
No, saver of money.
He's into budgeting. He's into budgeting his coins. What's wrong with that?
Exactly. I would give him a coupon myself. I can't.
Some successful people budget their money.
Let's do a post-COVID. Let's do a post-COVID case study.
Wait a minute.
Case study.
Slightly Sweet 3 said, if I want to use a Groupon, I'll take myself out.
Yeah. Like a first date though. Come on.
Okay, y'all. Y'all want me to agree with y'all?
We don't want you to agree. You can agree to disagree. All we're saying is the first date ain't gonna cut it. Yes. Once you've had on that first date, you're gonna establish you're gonna gain some knowledge about this person. So at that point, okay, I understand why he feels he needs to do certain things. So when the next date comes, it's okay if he pulled it out. But the first date, no, I just can't.
I agree, not the first date, but
Well, would you take
date,
a man out and use a Groupon on the first date?
you
No.
no, I would.
I wouldn't.
I'm not
I
taking
See what
would.
I'm talking about?
Hey,
Look
look
what
at this.
Steph just said.
I
She
wouldn't.
would.
I'm not doing it.
So how can you fault a man for wanting to use the Groupon? Steph said she
I
would.
said I wouldn't.
Steph said
On
she
the
would.
first date, I'm not taking no man out on the first date. That's just not happening.
Well, first of all, I'm not taking no man out on the first date either. But I'm just saying, if I had to use a Groupon, I'm all for it, okay? Because y'all know I'm a thrifty chick, okay? So,
But it's
If
different.
you had to pay for a date, not the first date, but if you had to pay for a date, the woman, because sometimes men and women take turns. So
Yeah.
would you use a Groupon on the first time
damn
you
right.
pay? Okay.
No, I wouldn't.
Gosh, let me break it.
Who said yes?
Lies and allegations.
I got a
Yeah,
question. I got a
said
question.
she would.
Groupon. Do you hear
I got a question.
that shit?
I would too, because men could eat.
So it's okay for y'all to use the Groupon, but it's not okay for a man to use one?
I wouldn't.
I got a
I
question.
wouldn't.
Bruh, I agree that a man could use it, so don't put me in that category.
Yeah, don't put me either.
Go ahead, Jones.
Would you wear khaki shorts and a t-shirt to a job interview for Chuck E. Cheese, or would you wear a business suit or a dress if you're trying to get the job? Even though when you go to Chuck E. Cheese, you're gonna be wearing shorts and a t-shirt. Would you wear the suit or would you wear the shorts and the t-shirt if you're
I'm
trying
wearing
to
the
get the
suit.
job?
I'm wearing the
Of
suit.
course I'm gonna wear the suit.
Because the first impression is the lasting impression. So even though
Exactly. So why the fuck you gonna give a Groupon on the first fucking date? That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying.
I said don't do it on the
That's what
first
I'm trying to
date.
say.
We'll establish on that first date if the conversation is good. We'll establish what are your goals, what you got going on in your life, why you feel like you need to do certain things, and in that time frame, I can decide. Okay, is this somebody that I think I can hang out with often or more? You know what I'm saying? Go on more dates with, and if so, I already know what you're trying to get to in life. So if you got to use a Groupon later on, then I'm fine with that. But the first date, no, it ain't gonna happen.
Let me pick it back real quick off of Joe. So just let me feed on to that. So we coming in with the suit on, right? Because even though it's Chuck E. Cheese and I may be coming for the, I don't know, cashier position, I'm gonna come in there thinking I'm about to get the manager position. So you gonna be out on a date with me? Oh yeah, you should be thinking like you ain't just gonna come and date me. We might be, who knows, like going thinking long term, like we can kind of be together and build a future. So no, you can't come in with no Groupon. No
so
first,
with y'all ladies, the man just can't make it noticeable. The man just can't make it noticeable. Because if he don't make it noticeable, then y'all ain't got nothing to say.
But that's
If I don't what I don't know won't hurt me.
And that's bad. And that's bad.
The whole
and that's bad.
You
At
crazy.
least that man is being real in front of you.
no, like
No, ma'am.
Okay, so we're gonna agree to disagree on this.
Yeah, so we gonna agree to disagree on that one.
Those who are in like committed, relationships, we just see things a little differently. Because I'm trying to save some coin too. Okay, I am. My husband just told y'all it's coming out of both of our accounts. Okay, so I don't be tripping about a Groupon. But on the first date, I don't think it's necessary. I think on the first date, first impressions are lasting ones. So that part I do agree on with y'all. But after the first date, yeah. Can we pull out the Groupon?
Slightly sweet 3. We just joking. The whole point of what we don't know won't hurt us. That was a joke. But
on a, you know what?
But for real, on the first date, no, we're not gonna roll with that.
There are some exceptions. So James and Stephanie and anybody else that may have lived or traveled in the tri-state area, in New York and New Jersey, if you out in terms of the nightlife and shit, it's no fucking parking. Yes. So you might find a Groupon where you get a deal on parking. Now, is that an exception?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Groupon
That's
is
an
a
exception.
Groupon.
All right, all
So
right.
you using
I
it for
understand
parking
that.
or a date to eat. So a Groupon is a Groupon.
Oh
A hater.
Lord.
Ask why you being a hater.
I can't.
Because
you talking about why you being a
Parking is
hater?
expensive. You are correct. Yes, it's
I
okay
mean,
to park in
first
group.
impression is everything. I understand what y'all saying.
You can't be rolling up.
Somebody said, "What if he had a link card with 2,000 on it?" I'm waiting on answers. I'm confused.
What's
What's
a
a
link card?
what's a
That
link
sounds,
card?
that
I ain't
sounds
never
like a
heard
credit card scammer. I don't understand what that is.
that.
What app is that?
Okay, I don't know what that is.
Okay. So
Face, you said
truly,
after the first date, the coupons are in the car ready.
hello, hello.
A
The
serious
money that he save on dinner, he could spend on you.
Yeah, on the next date.
Yeah, hello.
Demetrius said,
Yes, I agree with that.
Steph, I got a question. So
yes.
you know how sometimes women might say to men, after being in a relationship for a while, well, you're not being as consistent as you was in the beginning. You changed in terms of things that you've done in the past, whether it's flowers, gifts for nothing. Do you think that a man could be setting himself up for failure if he sets the standard of, all right, we're gonna go to this va-va-voom restaurant and the first date is gonna be through the roof? Is it like a false sense of expectation that he might be setting himself up for with the significant other? Or
I
would
don't
y'all?
think so.
Okay.
Okay, so with me, me and your brother have been together for 26 years. So I'm gonna say this. I've never had like really any like self, what did you just call it? Self like expectations, or set myself to some expectations that I didn't think he was gonna come through with, because I'm gonna have to give him his props. He be coming through. He comes through. He comes through. And it be on some shit sometimes that like I don't even expect. Like I just be like literally like blown the fuck away. Like last year, like for my birthday, for example, like it was a simple day, but at the same time, it was a day that was meant for just me to enjoy. It wasn't about nobody else to enjoy. It was about me. And the fact that he thought about things that like I like to do, like he took me to the winery and stuff like that. I got to crush some grapes and make some wine and shit like that. You know, to me, that's like, okay, he was really listening to me when I was like talking about this before. Like, this is something that I like to do. He made that shit a reality for me. So I'm gonna have to say that, I think when it comes to things that your man can do for you, don't underestimate him. Sometimes when you think they're not listening, they really do be listening.
I am Haven Baxter say I feel like if he cheap on dates, he can be cheap on other things.
Shit, no. I'm gonna say that. No.
What
My
you mean
husband,
by other things?
yeah,
I'm having
my
bastard.
husband ain't cheap on things
What
that
you
when
mean, sis?
He
Cheap
not.
on what? Cheap on what, sis?
Be specific. Be
Danielle
specific.
Danielle Joseph said if it was for dinner, no, but if it's for an activity, I may give it a pass.
There you go, Danielle. Yeah,
What
you
difference does
Danielle,
it
you a
make?
good Christian.
There's a difference, Ashley. You talking about what's the difference? There's a difference in
Oh,
activity versus.
I'm sorry. Are we talking about the Groupon still? Because I was.
Yes,
Yeah.
we still
Mhm.
go to the group on.
Oh,
When me and
Oh,
James, when we went to the gun range, yes, I did pull out a
He
Groupon.
said, "Minute Man."
Pulled out a Groupon when we went to the gun range. Yes, I did.
that was smart.
Hello.
It's a difference.
it's
Then
smart to use a Groupon anywhere. I want to start using Groupon since y'all talking about it. Because
Do
I'm
your
Girl,
thing.
let
Send
me
them to
tell you
us
who.
too.
Let me tell you
Now
who got me.
she advocating for Groupons, but her ass don't even use them.
because it's pretty much like couponing.
It is. It's just for a group.
It's pretty much like couponing, right?
Really, Jones?
yo,
Really?
He says for a group.
he didn't even ever use. I can't, Ashley. I can't.
Jamaica turned me on to the Groupons, honey. I will not like turn my head towards no Groupon. It's not if it's gonna save me some money, honey.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it, but when that first date is a problem, sorry.
The first date, I think it should be all about a first impression.
Yep. Sure enough.
But to talk about what Joan said,
I wanted to say
I don't think when you're showing someone a nice date on their first date, I don't think you're necessarily setting yourself up for failure. I think first impressions. However, once you decide that you want to be in a relationship with that person, whatever standard that you've established in that relationship, I feel like it should be consistent. Because where a lot of relationships fail is people do things to get the person, but they don't do those same things to keep the person.
Yep.
So it becomes the issue of, well, shit, he used to do this back in the day. Well, why he don't do this no more? What, I'm not good enough for it no more? Like, and vice versa. It can be the same thing with a woman. She may used to do certain things back in the day. Like they say some women, oh, back in the day, she used to give me head all the time. Now we done got married. She don't want to give a nigga nothing from shit. I barely get the ass. So, I mean, it's the same thing.
Don't forget to say laying down.
Laying down, giving that head back in the day. But now we done got married. I barely get it on my birthday. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, be consistent with whatever standard that you set at the beginning of your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be so much, oh my gosh, it don't have to be so elaborate, but shit, be considerate. Let me know you're thinking of me. Let me know that the things that you did back in the day that made me fall in love with you is the reason why I'm still in love with you. Okay. On top of other things that may have progressed in our lives.
Husband, what's my word? What's the word I like to use?
What do you mean? As far as what? What are you talking about?
She quizzing you.
I'm quizzing you right now.
Don't sweat, man.
You still need to blank me. What does that mean?
Woo.
Hello. Hello. You still need to woo me, okay? I still need to be wooed. Women like to still be wooed. I don't care how long you done been with somebody. You still want to be wooed. I still like to get flowers. I still like to, tap my ass when we out in public. We was in Target last week, and he was tapping my ass while we Target, okay?
Listen, make it thump while I'm out in public. So when I get back to the house, it's on and popping. Period.
Laying down.
No, that's right.
Man.
I know that's right.
You just don't know how far a little woo can get you, okay? So John,
woo can get you some poo.
Listen, hold up. I am Haven Baxter responded to what you mean about other things. She said cheap in bed, a minute man. He got a Groupon in the bed. So that Groupon can be used for an engagement ring and the wedding and the honeymoon.
Look, check this out.
Who is that? I am Baxter?
That was I am Baxter.
I am Haven Baxter and Slightly Sweet 3.
Okay, so check this out. As long as your husband gets you a nice ring and he take you on nice vacations, do that shit really matter about a Groupon? Be real.
Like I just said, once we get past the first date and we know what we're trying to establish in life, that's fine with me. Hello. But the first date just is a no-go. Like
the first date doesn't necessarily always have to mean going out. It could be a picnic.
Exactly. It could be a walk on the beach and just a long conversation.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't need a Groupon for that, bro.
Sure don't.
Exactly. It could be a long walk on the beach, just having some good quality conversation.
Yeah.
But if you decided to take me to a restaurant and you feel like you can't afford it, then we don't need to go. Why did you even choose it?
Yeah.
Show me the real you.
Okay.
It's that awkward church pause when you're in the parking lot.
I am Haven Baxter said she just give a joke.
What are you talking about?
Step needs to get her
I'm just saying.
I got a question. I am Haven Baxter. and anyone else on the thread,
What happened?
on EclecticNista's YouTube live, did you guys learn anything? Did y'all gain anything from our conversation here? No, I'm serious because we trying to find out if we. Hell, what about coochie coupons? Them work too.
Them work too. I know that's right.
That's right. That's prostitution.
Work.
Those are coupons you get either from Spencer's or the novelty store.
Coochie coupons.
And when you do something good, she gives you a coupon.
Yeah.
You're like, what? Coochie coupons.
Especially when people don't get it that often. She's giving you a coupon, so whenever you want to use it, you be like, okay, I'm turning in a coupon tonight. It's gonna be on and popping.
It's a good game out. It's called 50 Days of Play.
It's only 30 days on the calendar.
Let me redeem this.
No, it's not 30 days in a year though. She says 50 days of play, not 50 months
It's a game
or whatever.
with your partner to spice it up a little.
I'm gonna look at 50 days though. We can spread the days out, right?
Yeah, you got 365 days to use those 50 days.
That's like a fucking Groupon.
Yeah.
What is that? Yeah, that's a coupon.
Groupons expire.
Oh, I know what they talk about, Steph. Remember those coupons? Valentine's Day. They get out those coupons.
From Spencer's or the novelty store.
My husband didn't even use them, Ty. He still cashed them in, though, okay?
What?
She trying to say you ain't have to use them because she was always willing and ready.
Willing and ready.
Okay. Thanks for the input.
My mama said that to me one day. She said, Steph, you ain't never said you tired. No. He can think I'm tired, but I be ready.
Even when I'm tired, I'm ready.
Okay.
Even when I'm tired, I'm ready.
I'm not putting the milk in the warm bottle.
Don't make me sleep better.
You better have warm milk.
Okay, that'd be the best sleep. Now I'm drinking on some H2O.
All that vegan water.
That's it right there. It's all plant-based. Plant-based water is the way to go.
Yeah. So where you get the plant-based water?
Is this
At djones.com.
Oh, Whole Foods.
Is this alkaline water?
No,
That's the best water.
No, it's D Jones vegan water.
Vegan water that we get from Whole Foods.
Oh.
Are you serious?
Water.
Okay, so right now is the time for open discussion. If you guys would like to ask some questions, feel free to ask away.
I'm
good.
Chicago.
Oh, I thought that was all that noise. She got a grown man cry.
Somebody said, "Isn't water?"
Slightly Sweet 3 said, "Isn't water already vegan?"
I have a question. I hope that everyone knows that I'm being facetious. There's nothing called vegan water.
Mm-hmm. We know that. we know that, Jay.
Not even with a Groupon. You don't make that shit.
That's what I was saying.
Hey, but you can make some water. You can make it and say it's vegan water, and I bet you'll get some sales.
Somebody.
That's why I was asking. Are you talking about alkaline water? Because that's supposed to be the best water.
Somebody on this YouTube live was googling vegan water, and they just spent $50 on a pint of water.
They are. Tasia says communication and relationships. Because Jones, you said, did anybody learn anything? They said asking your partner what they think instead of feel is one of the tips I would use. Woo woo!
That'll be $8.
She said partners, so she's talking male or female.
Both.
You think
ask how you feel.
If she said think, you said ask a man what they think and ask a woman what they feel.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's what she learned. She gonna ask her man what he thinks versus what he feels.
Look at him. Yes. Really, really Craig. Really Craig.
I cannot.
Do y'all have any conversations or questions? My host, do y'all have any? Speak now or your piece.
This shit is dope. And
Hey,
They were sweet.
I like the variety and conversation and perspectives. And I think that you should try to get some type of wine sponsorship. So they pay you for putting their wine on the feed.
No.
I know that's right, honey. Speak that shit.
Noted.
Oh, okay, that's just the goal right there. Because women who wine,
It's always on time.
hello. I'm drinking your pink Moscato.
Oh my.
I'm drinking pink Moscato. Ashley, James, and Jones, the only ones that's like 100% coherent.
I'm coherent.
Steph, I had something.
I'm
What?
coherent.
Renee said something.
Do you?
I've been asking a question for the last half hour. What question?
Oh, we sorry. What was the question, Renee?
That's a long question.
Okay, so while we wait on Renee to tell us what the question, what you was gonna ask me, Jones?
No, I was gonna say. Remember earlier, the young lady was talking about it's hard work for like fellatio was hard work.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what her faith is, but according to Colossians 3:23 through 24,
that's not what we're gonna do. That's not what we're gonna do.
Hold on, let me speak. Listen, it says, "Whatever you do, work heartily, as for the Lord and not for men, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the inheritance as your reward."
You know you out of fucking line, right? So what I'm gonna say to that?
So the Bible said you should work hard.
She also said that.
The Bible said that.
But she also said that y'all don't have to do nothing but stick your tongue out.
Yes, she sure did.
I don't know who only do that, right, James? I mean, hey. That's that group. That's that Groupon fellatio.
No, not mine. Multitask.
Fellatio. Men get fellatio. Women get condolingus.
Condolingus? Who's that? Wasn't she like at the White House condolences, right?
Yeah. So if you giving a Groupon fellatio,
I'm sorry, I didn't know. I fucked up. I'm sorry. If that's what it's called, I apologize
to the wrong person.
I just know it's not head. So what is it called? Kalinga? What is it? Say it again.
Congolingus.
No, not no congolingus. It's condolingus.
Yeah, condolingus. Yeah, if you do that, condolingus, you need to get condolingus training. That's not right.
I can't.
Okay. Did Renee put up her question yet?
She has not put up her question yet. But
so now it's a 45-minute question.
Tasia said, "Can next women who whine be about postpartum? I just had a baby a couple months ago, and I experienced postpartum without knowing and understanding it. I know y'all have kids and probably could give some tips."
Okay.
I've never experienced postpartum.
Me neither.
Me neither.
I did.
But I know some women have postpartum but just don't know they actually going through it. Like, that's the thing.
Jones, how you say you experienced postpartum?
I experienced it by living with my wife in terms of, and it was different with each child that she had, how she responded, expectations that she had on herself, self-image, and etc. But yeah, I mean, I had to help her through it, so that's why I say, I did too.
Okay, so when you put it like that, I think with Jada, I probably experienced a tad bit of postpartum, a tad bit. But because of the woman I am, I had to like flip my mind to be like, you know what? No, you're gonna get through this shit, you're gonna survive it, and you're gonna come out victorious on this. So I mean, that's a question that we can talk about next time on Women Who Wine.
But I would say in the meantime, maybe reach out to your doctor,
Yes,
and start having that type of conversations with your doctor. Definitely.
yes. And I am Haven. She just said, surround yourself with family after pregnancy, not just in the hospital. I agree with that. I was there when I saw one of my sisters push a baby out. Child, please, that fucked me up forever.
That messed me up forever. I can't.
It did. It fucked me up forever. Like
She ain't never seen a coochie open that wide.
I have not.
Exactly.
I have not. I can literally say I witnessed my sister. Her coochie just opened up and that baby popped out.
Really?
Twice.
Really crazy.
Yes, really quick. I was there.
I wasn't having no kids at that time. I was like, oh no.
My boy was off to the side because he was trying not to panic. But I was like, this shit is really unfucking believable.
Uh-huh.
Well, it snapped back.
That's how I was with you. That's how
I think her question is, as a married couple, do you seek marriage counseling if you've been married over 10 years? I think that's what her question is. I've scrolled up a little bit.
Yes, most definitely. You can have marriage counseling and marriage like retreats and stuff like that. Even if there's no problems in the marriage, you want to like address that shit before it becomes a problem. So yeah, like I remember when my husband used to be a recruiter. I hated his fucking lap.
Hated what?
Your laptop. She just has a methadone lean stuff.
If you don't shut the hell up, I'm done.
She hated my laptop. That what she said?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you probably was glued to it all the time.
She called it Della. She called it Della. I remember that.
She said the question is, do you think that you have a couple coupon?
Oh, you talking about like stepping out? Oh, look at me.
Oh, you remember?
A couple.
Are you talking about like a pad, like a couple's pass, like a coupon to go step out on your person?
Hell no.
Get a couple of bullets.
I know that's right. Shit.
Get a couple of a bust eye.
I don't understand that nonsense. Like, what's the point of you being there? Like, come on.
You out.
What's the point?
Ain't that much fucking spice in the world. Ain't that much Lawry's.
Come on. That's just as
Larry.
Like a pass, like for you to go do whatever.
That's greedy. You being greedy.
Yeah, that's too much.
Like, I think somebody said something. It was a famous couple who had mentioned it. I can't think of who it was, but I think she said, do you think that you could have a couple coupon? Almost. Are you talking about like a pass, like a couple's pass or something like that?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
We're not understanding like what you mean.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and answer. I cannot. But like I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by
the robot.
The laptop.
The Optimum. Okay. I could not stand his laptop. And when we went to a marriage retreat, I've actually mentioned it to like the audience. And do you know how many wives said they could not stand their husband's laptop either? And I told him I nicknamed the bitch Della. I'm like, Della getting on my fucking nerves, okay?
All we heard is get on your nerves.
No, she said that she hated your
Della
fucking
get on her
laptop.
nerves. That's all you heard.
All I heard is get on my nerves.
She said fucking hated your laptop.
And your laptop name is Della.
You already know why I was on that laptop, bro.
Yes,
She said she hated that bitch Della.
I hated Della. But to mention that in a group setting where other women felt the same
that's right. I
way.
am Haven Bastard.
What she said?
She told me some coupon these nuts. to be in a group environment when it was like at least
70 people in the room, for it to be otherwise that felt the same way I felt. I mean, to me, I spoke for all of us. So after I said that to him, he really started like checking that shit. Like, complete your work at work, and when you come home, it's about home. It's not about making the mission. Okay.
I don't think you think that was funny, James. I was just figure I'll let you know.
I'm allowed because I know we was grinding.
That was an uncomfortable laugh.
Nah,
that was an uncomfortable laugh.
That was a coping mechanism laugh.
It was. Hey, listen. We were successful. That's all I know. We were successful.
But I didn't like that shit.
It was all about that mission. You
Steph,
know how it is.
when you said that, James was like,
He's like, why is she bringing up old shit? Why is she bringing up old shit?
It's about that mission, man.
I am Haven Baxter say you don't get coupons in marriage.
You don't. You don't. It's a free for all in marriage. I really believe that. It's a free for all. But I ain't gonna lie, you have to work for it now, okay?
She also said, what do you do when you work from home? You're gonna have to have a laptop in your face all the time.
You do have a laptop, but it's called a time to say cut that shit off, okay?
Just gotta have boundaries.
I am Haven Baxter.
Boundaries.
Cut that shit off.
Timelines. Scheduling.
Yes, you gotta have. There's gotta be a time to cut it off.
Time management.
Yes, that's important.
But when
you
what's the?
Yeah.
It's the V.
Say that again.
You ain't supposed to hear that, Dan. We good.
Oh, I'm
the V. The V.
Oh, she said no. That's not what she meant. She's talking about when you go out for dinner as a couple. Is it okay to have a coupon?
Oh yeah, all day.
Yes.
Yeah, some of them restaurants be sending you coupons.
Yeah.
Hello, if I can get 50% off the entree, you damn right. I'm gonna scan that coupon.
Or 2 for 1.
Yes.
I'm scanning it, okay? I'm scanning it. With no shame, okay?
I know that's right. There's nothing wrong with that.
You're talking about, man, James' face was too funny.
Funny for what? What you talking about?
I don't know.
That awkward pause. Like you got pulled over without your driver's license.
He said he looked like he got stung by a bee.
You talking about Tiff sleep?
I'm not sleep. It's the angle of the
wake up, girl.
Nah, Tiff, you was asleep. You was over there snoring.
Wake up, girl.
Face, you said, I wish my hubby doesn't come to bed until
what?
Until what?
I guess until he finishes work.
I know my husband. My husband is the type of man that be like, you know, this shit can wait till tomorrow.
That balance the time.
I just got like that. Back in the day, I used to stay on Della.
Absolutely. You did just get like that, bro. Because back in the day, I used to be like, Della, gonna catch these hands.
Della became another woman.
But
and
Della became
gonna take that money.
Woman. You said what?
And Usarek gonna take that money from my account.
I don't care. I'm sorry. Della just wasn't worth it. She wasn't. Jones, I know you can attest to this. Y'all was in the same career field. Della is a nuisance.
That shit was stress.
Hello.
It was intense.
That shit was like daily child support. Like I owe y'all motherfuckers again.
Yep. Every month.
Okay.
Every month.
I just paid yesterday. I still owe y'all. Chabu. Okay, so y'all don't have any more questions,
Wake up, girl.
concerns,
Tiff, they say
topics?
wake up, girl.
I'm up.
Tiff, they say she knocked out.
I'm up.
Okay, so
I am Haven Baxter said the mic tried to save you with the lag, but he repeated what he said.
he sure did. That's a trooper. That's a real trooper right there. Okay. Okay.
All right.
So, people,
3 hours on this
It's
thing.
about that time.
That's
it
my
is about
You
bedtime.
that
talking
time.
about
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm feeling it. It's like right here. Right here.
It's right there.
We're
Right
gonna
here.
close in
I
prayer.
thought you said it
It's
was
right
right
there.
there.
It's right. It's right. No. It's right here. It's right here. Right here. So let's go ahead and get some business shout outs. We'll start with Tameka.
Hi, everyone. You can follow me on Instagram or Facebook at Shop Nicole Bay or www.nicolebay.com.
And y'all, she sell nothing like Instagram fashion. No Instagram fashion, okay? None whatsoever. Okay? Mr.
Yes.
John,
What up?
you want to give your business shout out, bruh.
You can check my website out www.veganwater. No, I'm just playing. Um,
Ah! No, he said no. He's talking about vegan water.
Over, honey.
nah, but dead ass. You can check me out on Instagram at vinch underscore VTA. VINCH underscore VTA. I'm a recording artist and I'm pretty really good. So yeah, check that out
Ain't
because
no
I'm
pretty really good. You are really good. Okay, bruh?
That brother could act, he could
Spit.
sing,
You
and
do
he
it
can
Can
rap.
he
all.
wait? Can he freestyle like she did
Okay.
last week?
He could freestyle.
Yes,
He can give you the Denzel Washington
He could
voice,
do the
all that.
freestyle.
Give him the Denzel Washington voice, bro, real quick.
okay. So you want me to talk like Denzel? Okay. So she said she got to have a man get a Groupon. Huh? So after that Groupon, am I going to get Groupon sex? I bet you I am. I bet you I am. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I
Hey, give
like
him that
that
Jay Z
accent.
real quick. Give him that Jay Z
Yeah,
though.
that's that goddamn motherfucking Showtime at the Apollo. All I'm gonna say is, you motherfuckers be good, man. Man, be good to your
Bernie Mac.
motherfucking woman. And y'all motherfuckers go to bed happy and shit. And you give up motherfucking group on first date, who you ain't getting no goddamn special attention. You know what I'm
That
saying?
Bernie Mac, dog. Rest in peace, B Mac.
he's so crazy.
That was good, Jones.
Good
Indeed,
people,
right?
good people. Ashley,
You can follow me at ARKCE430 on Instagram or at West Park Early Learning Center LLC.
that's right. People in Florida that need childcare right now, right? Even through the pandemic. All right. Okay.
Yep.
Tiff,
You can follow me at Tac Custom Creations on Instagram, or you can follow me on TMD Creations for anything you want customized.
word. Don't matter if it's a
All right.
t-shirt, a mug, a cup, a
Anything.
glass, anything, boo. She got you.
Yeah.
Tamitris.
Well, you can follow me on Beauty's Delectable Desserts on Facebook,
Oh yeah,
or you
because
can
she loved
follow
it.
me on SNS Twerk Class. I mean, the classes have been put on pause because yeah,
COVID-19.
anybody trying to get COVID. But yeah, you can follow me at Print Stars because I do t-shirts and customizations as well. You can follow me on YouTube at Tamitra's Beauty because I also bust notes every now and again.
She sure
And
do.
you can also follow me on my regular Facebook, which is Tamitra's Beauty, because I also do hair as well. So got you covered
Okay.
on all
They
all
said
levels.
they said type you guys info business websites in comments.
Yes, please, everybody type your business info in the comments because it'll always be saved. Okay. Mr. Long.
I'm
Uh,
dead. I am having Bastard talking about some ARRP30 talking to Ashley.
Huh?
What does
what
that
does that
mean?
mean?
They say ARRP30 because she had made some letters for her for them to
Oh,
follow her.
those my kids and like the beginning of their first name, the letter of their
But
first
she
name.
but she said ARRP.
ARKC 430.
Jamaica,
Asia,
they want your
Rome,
stuff.
Kansas, and Chicago. What's the problem?
She didn't hear understand what you had said, the letters.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was ARKC 430.
Sister, sister to Ashley.
Huh?
Could you step into the light so you can
Oh, I'm
model
sorry.
my.
I'm in the room and I got Chicago. See?
Oh man, I need you to model the t-shirt, boo.
I'm sorry. He
It's
is
okay.
laying
It's
on
okay.
me.
I'm ready. Mr. Long, Mr. Long, what you got to promote?
You can follow my wife.
Uh-oh.
EclecticNista.
God damn it.
What did do? Go ahead and promote your woman.
Hello.
Aw, that's so sweet.
It froze.
Nicole,
Here's
they said put your info in the comments because they can't find you.
Jamaica, they
Yeah,
said please put your
now.
info in the comments, please.
Yeah, I just did it. I just did it.
Okay, can y'all all see me now?
Yes, I can.
Hello? Hello,
Yeah.
anybody
I
can
see
promote?
Jones.
yeah, we
I
can
see
see you,
Tits went
cutie.
on.
Can
Jones went
all see
on.
me?
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all, the t-shirt Ashley can't show you. Okay, so the t-shirt that Ashley
Yeah.
cannot show y'all right now is this right here. Ecla owned your Nisa. Okay. Y'all can see Instagram at I am
Can't hear nothing.
EclecticNista and I will place orders. Y'all hear me?
Yeah,
You
we can hear you.
froze.
Okay, cause girl,
Does
I
TMD
think it's
Creations
really
have
about
like a blue emblem?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Tiff.
y'all can DM me on Instagram and place your orders. My t-shirts are $25. And when I say own it, honey, I mean own it. Own the Nista who you are on the inside. Some of us are still aspiring to be EclecticNistas, but it's already in you, child. Just let me help you bring it out. Let me help you bring it out of you, okay? Okay. A lot of people said tonight was a lot of fun. They really appreciated the male interaction. So I hope I can get you males on a little bit more often. Is that possible?
Let's do it. I ain't got
Yeah,
nothing
I
All
to
live
right.
lose.
here. I live here.
Really, this Negro said he lived here. Okay, he lived here. Um, I'm so glad that James.
Yeah. Okay.
What? What's that noise? Demetrius,
Step, huh?
they both froze?
I guess so. Tip, you'll type my well, I can't put my info in. If for some reason it keeps saying I need to create a channel, but it
You
won't
want me
let
to
me
type
type
it
nothing
in?
in.
What
Yes,
is it?
please. Beauty's Delectable Desserts on Facebook. So at Beauty's Delectable Desserts on Facebook. Um,
Is wait, delectable dessert
Beauty's
with
Delectable
an S?
Beauties with the yes, Beauties with the TYS. Delectable Desserts and then Tamitra's Beauty on YouTube, and then Prince Stars on Instagram.
What happened?
Barack
I'm
Obama
sorry.
not the president no more.
Hello, that is real.
I know that's right.
That is fucking real right there. Let's talk about that. Anywho, y'all, it seemed like the devil's trying to interrupt a good thing tonight, so we just gonna shut it down.
Wait,
We're
what
gonna
were
shut
you
it
saying?
down.
We didn't hear the last thing you said.
What was I talking about, sis?
Them being the EclecticNista.
Yeah, and then because it got
Yes,
like
yes.
three.
Only Nista. I can show you how to be the EclecticNista, honey. Pretty much, she's an all that type of chick. Okay.
Oh, and be out on the lookout for the podcast.
Yes. Me and my sister are gonna do a podcast where we can talk nothing but whatever we want.
Okay.
And we will have guest speakers. We're looking forward to this. And yeah, you might be ready. You might want to be ready because ain't no holds bars on this, okay? Okay, so
What y'all doing a
it has
podcast on?
You got Prince Starts too. It's Prince Stars without that T.
Did you see mine pop
Oh,
up, Demetrius?
no, I didn't see yours pop
Uh-uh.
Yours in the private chat. Go to comments versus private chat.
I did, but it wouldn't let me.
It won't let me either. That's why Tip put it in for me.
Okay.
is that
But
correct?
next week, if you ladies would like us to have some certain
No.
discussion.
You keep changing the T Tip. The T go in stars, not at the end.
Tameka, they said your information did not pop up. It said she said yours did not pop up. So Madison family had made a comment. She said you should start off with the wine of the night. It might open doors for
Thank you.
sponsorship. So I'm trying to start my own wine, okay? And we did talk about that in the very beginning, Madison. Okay. So for those of you who enjoyed the male guests tonight, please be sure to comment. And if you have any topics of discussion for next week, we will reconvene possibly next Friday or Saturday. And y'all just stay tuned. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at I am EclecticNista, and I will keep you guys in the loop of when our next Women Who Wine will go live. And like I said, when we go live, no holds barred. We are free to speak and talk about whatever we like to talk about. Jones and James, I really appreciate y'all tonight being co-hosts on our segment of Women Who Wine. It is much appreciated to see the male perspective of things. And you guys rock.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Again.
So your
So
uncandid
You're welcome. You're
opinion.
welcome.
Renee Wally said, can you guys please tell me how to raise preteen daughters? Child!
I don't have daughters, unfortunately. I have a son.
That's a long discussion right there.
Yeah.
Get
That's gonna have to be for next time.
Get a 200-volt taser.
You said what?
That might
Get
be
a
have to be a
200-volt
private
taser.
chat.
I got my taser. It's always on standby. Okay. Okay.
Jolt the shit out of us.
That's right. So, out of all of us who have daughters, it's myself, Tiff, Tameka, Ashley, Jones, and of course, Mr. Long. I know we got 2 daughters. So, this is definitely something that we could talk about because, raising with girls in this new time frame is a challenge.
Well, get it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got one now. That's a teenager.
Hello. Woo, honey. That's all I'm
And
gonna
hello,
say.
some up, right?
And hello, some goddamn mo. Okay. So she said she's been asking for a minute. How do you raise preteen daughters? Child, that is a whole topic by itself. Because honestly, everybody who's on this platform right now, we have daughters of different ages and stages in life right now. So that definitely could be something to talk about. But I appreciate you guys listing that as a topic of discussion. Will they ever get to see Jones and Mr. Long ever again?
I mean, if I don't die between today and next week, I'm
Oh,
good. You know, I'm with the shit. You know what I'm saying?
God willing. God willing, right?
God willing. God willing. All right, so it's been a blessing. Thank you all. I appreciate you guys for showing up and having conversation with us tonight. We love y'all, and we look forward to seeing y'all again next week.
All right. Good night, guys.
Love and all.
Bye.
Good night. Deuces.